Time's up. Admiral.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself. But go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
What's the matter? Take yourself a great big bite of meat. Taste the pleasure of the highest quality pork around.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Don't cry for me, Argentina!
You know how much I love Snorlax? I'm gonna prove it to you. These are my slippers, all right? Snorlax. Snorlax slippers. I don't give a crap who knows. I'm a grown man, and I'm rocking Snorlax slippers. I don't give a crap.
Oh, yeah, is that sauce good? Oh, that sauce is good.
This is Harlem, baby, and we doing nothing but blackety-blackities. I'm like, listen, sir. Can we just have a superhero show? The cops are on my back, Luke. You gotta get these blue folks up off me, dog. I'm like, bruh, how much more of this I gotta watch?
I've been told by lore people for this stuff for House of the Dragon for the books. Yeah, Rhaenyra, she was into dining at the Clam Slam. She was into that.
Clam Slam.
She slammed clams. She dined at the oyster bar. She was all into that. You know what? There is a single reason why I wouldn't want to become a merman. I wouldn't have my penis anymore.
Yo, you let the joint hit the back of your throat. Have you no shame? Oh, these two girls when you kiss, they're gonna be hot. Oh, yo, Elizabeth Hurley's gonna get butt naked in this.
I was coming in my pants.
Let me do it myself here. Let me get it up real quick. Hey, shut up. Shut up. I didn't mean it like that, you perverts.
Stop touching my penis. Stop doing that. I did not consent to this type of touching. Stop it. It's wrong.
I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
I'm retarded.
I dangled for too long there. That wasn't fun. I'm not gonna try and win hearts and minds, pretend I'm something I'm not. Hey, they think a video game. No, it's bullshit. Not real.
What? What?
Game over, man. It's game over.
But we don't want Revan touched. No.
Agreed.
You don't want anything good touched.
No.
Agreed.
Yeah. Because Disney Star Wars is a bad touch.
It is a bad touch.
Touches you in the bad place.
It's a bad touch.
Show me on the doll where Disney Star Wars touched you.
I need a bigger doll.
Oh, God.
There's no doll left.
Oh, you will taste and see that I am delicioso.
Please, sir, can I have some darkies?
Well, we're talking about people who have serious sexual orientation and gender identity problems. And I'm not talking, and when I say sexual orientation, I don't mean, a dude who likes a dude and a chick who likes a chick. We're talking about people who think that they're non-binary and they don't know how to play with their holes and shit like that.
Oh,
Jesus.
There is nobody of merit there. It's for their new fan base. That's who D23 is for. Everybody who went there knowing they sniff crotch and suck shit.
I got so excited, I started to pee myself. It was great.
Impressive. Most impressive.
And I gotta say, any person who uses a Funko Pop or gets a Funko Pop immediately disqualifies themselves from any fan discussion.
Unless you're getting it for a mocking reason to make fun of something.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Or if it's a gift from someone.
Both of y'all suck. I hate you both.
If it's a gift from someone who doesn't know better, that's fine. I have a couple of those. But if you're going out collecting Funko Pops,
no, you're retarded. Funko Pops are awesome. I hate myself. I have a problem.
I've got loads of them.
You're a girl. You're allowed to do it. You're a girl.
It's okay for girls. They're exempt. Dre, this is not okay. We need to have an intervention.
I have a problem. I've got no shame. My name is a pimp named Dreesen. I believe I've misplaced some merchandise at this residence. Lord Jesus and the shepherds, where is Daddy's money? I will not hesitate for one solitary second to put hands on somebody if I don't have my monies.
I will twerk on her on the bed. I ain't gonna do it in the middle of the dance floor.
That's what I'm... Yeah, whatever.
That's all right.
Why? My brain didn't need that. I'd already seen too many pictures of Shooty today.
What?
Well, there's an image in my mind.
You get nothing. You lose.
I'm colored. Shut up.
Yeah, you know what? This freaking existed. It exists. That exists.
You just imagined it.
I guess. Kind of hurts. I think it's physical.
This is why I do crystal meth.
You got to watch it. You got to hit the like button.
We've got to get it up for him, guys. Come on. Everyone who's watching this video needs to go over
Don't say it like that.
And share the video. We got to keep going.
Don't they have to get it up for me? Don't say it like that. God damn it. And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
They are and they always will be. Welcome, everybody. Roundtable is here. We're live. We've got a panel. I'm not alone this week. People showed up. Dre will be here when he gets here. But hope everybody first of all, happy Easter to those who are celebrating. I hope you have a fulfilling day, a pleasant day. Everybody else, hope you're having a good Sunday as well. Everybody returning from the Vegas meetup, I hope you've arrived home safely, had a good time. Many stories have been told. Many stories will continue to be told. And I just wish I wish I'd been there for like one thing. God knows what it is. So that I could have at least given color commentary in the moment. Anyway, so welcome to the Roundtable, everybody, where we have a show for you today. The week started with me complaining about a bad choice of Jango Fett's starship not being called Slave One. I thought, okay, that's my week so far. And then the week just unfolded, and one gloriously bad thing after another. But he's back from traveling overseas. Hi, Jed.
Hi.
That's all you get.
That's all I'm getting? Okay. Well, it is great to be back. Yes, over the last few weeks, I got married, went on my honeymoon, and I'm very out of the loop on a lot of the news that's been going on the last couple weeks. And there seems to be a lot of it, so I'm excited to dive into it. And, of course, coming back to Doctor Who failing to the levels at which it is failing is absolutely extraordinary. We actually missed something, Adam, that I just found out. The stands are actually very excited that this episode was the first mention of HIV in the franchise's history. They're very proud of that.
In my review.
I missed that.
See, I mentioned it in my review that they talked about Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson, great star in the 50s and the 60s. He was a closeted gay man. And everybody knew. And he died. I didn't say it in my review, but he died of AIDS.
Okay.
But nobody cares. But they had to bring it up. It had no bearing on the plot whatsoever. None. But they had to bring it up so that the character I call Belligerent had to go, the poor man. Had to do it.
There's a lot of that in this episode, just random shit for the message.
Yeah, didn't you just need to know about segregation in the 50s that had no bearing on the plot whatsoever?
Well, especially because the worst racism scene was a fake racism scene.
Yeah.
You could have cut that out and the story's exactly the same.
And it could have just been breaking and entering. Could have just been breaking and entering in the theater. But, all right, well, that's tomorrow, guys. You're going to get more of that tomorrow, where we will dive deeply into the disaster that's already Shooty Who Season 2. That's right, Jay Fraser, R.I.P. Doctor Who, which they said in the show.
They said it in the episode.
We are in RTD's head. We are living rent-free in his head. But welcome back, Jed. And we're joined by friends. Hail, Static.
Hello, gentlemen.
Have a good time in Vegas?
Had a great time in Vegas. Got to see everyone. Got to meet Paul Hadouken for the first time, which was great. Got to meet Nerdy Neo for the first time. Snap Rai was there. And I got to meet Vex Electronica as well, which was awesome because I've been hanging out with her for a while now. Yeah, just awesome weekend in Vegas, hanging out with everyone.
And that's what it's about now, hanging out with our friends. Not
That's all
so
it
much
is. Yeah.
and making our content.
Like I talked to Gary for a second. I was like, hey, thanks for doing this. I get to go hang out with my friends. Like, gives us a reason to all do something.
Yeah. And you know, we're all going to start doing more of our own stuff. I mean, that's the talk going on now. It's like, what, we don't need to wait.
They're kind of waiting for that, from what I've heard.
So, I mean, it's time to grow the movement in other directions. I mean, the ducklings are leaving, moving on, flying away. Samuel, I've lost my metaphor. Help me. How you doing?
The ugly
I
ducklings.
got nothing, man. I'm only here because I can't sleep. I appreciate you guys having me, though. Jed, congratulations on the wedding. Now comes the hard part. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's about it. Like most exciting thing that's happened to me all week was I think I did my most offensive show ever yesterday.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind
impressive.
of surprised it's actually still up on YouTube. I said some shit about a lot of things, actually.
Fuck, I missed it.
Well, good luck. That's all I'll say. Good luck.
It's still up. It's still up.
Nice. Anyway, so Dre is obviously running late. He'll be here when he's here. So we're gonna dive right in. Hail and howdy to the chat. I'm happy you're all joining us on this Sunday. Hail to good sir Algram the Strong, one of my mods. Nola Goddess, he's out for the holiday. And hail son of Joxer, and hail Jay Frazier, and anybody else just watching, not chatting. Happy to have you guys here. Let me know how you feel. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Everybody's links will be in the description below because I have to put Static and Sam in there because they were last-minute additions, but I'll get them in there before we're done. Anyway, all right, so we've got a very large show. Huge show where
biggest.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, you're doing great. You should keep going.
No one hear from you at all. Anyway, we've got
Tell us again how huge it is.
God damn it. All right, I'm regretting having you people on right now. I should have kept the goddamn
What
show
do you
solo.
mean, you people?
Ginger. That's what I mean.
That's what I thought.
Anyway,
See, I was just in Scotland. I found a whole horde of my brothers and sisters. You can't bully me anymore. I have backup.
You know what?
There's a reason the Romans pushed him up to that rocky.
I will. All I got to do is, angle some sunlight. You'll go running. All right. That's all I got to do. Scatter them.
We're not vampires.
Scotland, it's always cloudy.
That's the point. They won't know what's coming. I'll do a mirror magic. All right. Anyway, so we got a lot. We're gonna do a quick box office checkup because we got to check on Minecraft, and I want everybody's opinion on what I said last week because it was just my thoughts. I just want to follow up that, tie that one up as we watch to see if Minecraft will hit 1 billion. It might get there. It might get there now. So I didn't think it was going to. I thought it was. I said 750, 850, and maybe limp, but it's still churning. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Then the week started with Black Snape and Harry Potter not looking good now, and a lot of dissatisfied actual fans being like, "Hey, what are we doing here? We gave you a chance to fix this. You went into it anyway." So we're going to talk Black Snape. And then we got graced. If Dre gets here in time, I'll let him tell us how he feels about the ending of Daredevil Born Again, or I'll just call it Daredevil Aborted, because that's probably what it should have been. And then we got graced out of nowhere with the Fantastic Four trailer. Oh my goodness. I went over an article from Entertainment Weekly last week that was basically, we all found it in various ways, shapes, and forms. The red flags from Vanessa Kirby and all these interviews showing us what was going to be. And the trailer proved every one of those red flags correct, at least in my opinion. So we're going to check that out. And then we will round out today's show. I promised it last week. I previewed what it was going to look like. We are going to talk Disney Star Wars Celebration. A lot of slop. And I'm going to want some visual opinions because this was in Japan. It was in Japan. And therefore, that's a big trip. It's an expensive trip. And I'm of the belief that a lot of people there were bussed in by Disney, both shills and stands, like groups, all kinds of stuff. I mean, some did probably pay their way, but I believe they were bussed in. And you look at the venue where they had the panels and all these speeches, it's deceptively small. It looks bigger than it is. I don't think I said that right.
See, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about that. It probably just looks like it's empty because the Asian people are so small.
Wah, wah. No, it doesn't look empty. It's just it looks like there's a lot of people here, but it's a small venue, very packed.
Wait,
Do we get any numbers on that about how many people they said attended?
Oh, I don't think I have that yet. It just ended today. It just ended. So
it's
I mean,
possible it looks empty too because none of them made it to the theater alive on account of Asian driving records.
Man, we're racist today.
What? I didn't start it. Everybody laughed when
there he
Jeff
is.
said
There he
something
is.
fucked up.
Is that the rule?
Look who's
Hey,
here.
we have our shield, our diversity shield.
Now we can be all the
What up?
racism we want. Hi, Trey. How are you?
Good to see you, brothers. Feel like it's been forever and a day.
It has. I forgot you were black for a minute.
Actually, it's been like
that's a
year
long
since I
memory.
was on the
A
stream.
long memory.
How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good, and it feels good to be back with you guys. It's been forever. So just quick bullet points. Comic-Con was a huge success.
Nice.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and you all be very, very proud of me. There was a collectible wall of pops.
You avoided it.
You resisted.
I resisted
Good man.
buying any
You're
pops.
learning. You're growing up.
However,
Uh-oh.
me and my wife just had our anniversary last week, and guess what she got me?
Oh no.
Oh no. What is that? Oh no.
Mewtwo pop.
Oh,
Gifts are exempt. We said that in the
Yeah,
original
gifts, we
discussion.
did.
You're
We
okay.
did.
You're in the
You're
clear.
okay.
You resisted the wall.
You get to
We're
maintain
still
your
very
very
proud of
proud.
you.
so
Still proud of you.
All right, everybody coming in. Hail to everybody coming. Good afternoon, Kale. Hail Ruben X. Hail Frank. Good. Hey, Shock. How you doing? Welcome everybody. All right, so let's do this real quick. So I want to do this. I have a small rant just because I want to warn people about this. So everybody knows I'm a huge Lunar franchise fan. The JRPG video games from the 90s. They've been going for 30 years now. I love them to death. And last week on Friday was the release date for the Lunar Remastered Collection put out by Gung Ho Games. Well, Gung Ho Games, in their retarded wisdom, decided not to do pre-orders. And it was an Amazon exclusive only. And due to my own retardation, I missed pulling the trigger that morning. And I came back and they were all sold out for PlayStation. Plenty of Nintendo Switch ones, plenty of Xbox One ones, because guess what? Nintendo Switch, if you're a Nintendo fan, you only care about your first-party Nintendo games, right? They only care. They don't care about third-party games. So, of course, plenty of those. Xbox, you're getting Game Pass and you're buying on PC. You're not buying this. But all the PlayStation ones sold out. So, big hullabaloo. Now, they apologized. I even talked to them in Amazon messaging, and I said this is not acceptable. And they apologized, said they're going to make more. So they're going to make more. But what do you think, of course, happened? People bought this game in large amounts and are now reselling them. And I've been refreshing all weekend, hoping for like a regular price. When the regular price was $54 before shipping and tax. Okay, fine, that's acceptable. It's a PS4 game. That's a normal thing. It's 2 games. It's a 2 for 1. You're getting 2 games. So $54 for 2 games remastered. I'm okay with that. $25 a game. Fine. $26 a game. So, but now, today I refreshed this morning to see if anybody had it up for sale again. And somebody did. But it's a store that at the time when I did it, bought 24 copies. And look what they're selling it for.
Wow, that's quite the markup.
Yeah, and at the moment, I'm going to check right now. Let me go because I don't want to dox myself. Let me check again. When I check this morning, 24. There are currently 5 left. So right now, this disgusts me because these are essentially scalpers preying on people who are desperate to get a physical copy. And with shipping and tax, it's $143 with shipping and tax. Shame. Never. I'm right now. New digital era. If you're ever buying from Amazon and see them, I would not buy from them because this is obscene. It's nearly a triple the price with taxing and shipping. Nearly triple the price of what Gung Ho Games is selling it for. Now, if you're buying it digital, fine. I want a physical copy because I have the collection. I have all the old games, every release. So I want a part of that. But this disgusts me. So just a warning, they are going to make more. Do not buy this. Some people are, and that makes me sad. That these assholes bought upwards of these 24 or more copies, denying me somebody who's ready to pay regular price. Now, listen, it's capitalism, but this is the ugly side of capitalism. This is ugly. So I'm just putting that out there. Yes, Ariel, it's both. It's SSS and EB. Or probably SSSC and EBR. That's Silver Star Story Complete and EB Eternal Blue Remix. So yeah. So all right. You know, this is
I don't know what you expect me to do about that, Ariel. He doesn't listen to me either.
Lies and slander. I just said, oh, so I'm your background companion. That's all I am to you. That's all I said. And now I'm some sort of tyrant again. Can't win with her. Hi, Ariel. Anyway, okay. So, all right. So now let's get on to it. I just wanted to put that out there and warn you, if you are a fan of this and waiting to get your copy, be patient. I am disappointed in Gung Ho Games, but it's more like I'm disappointed because they're retarded. They should have known better. And they should have understood the fan base they were now about to get into and understand people are going to want it. And if you're selling it on physical copy PlayStation, that was going to be the one people were going to buy because, as I said, Nintendo fans only care about first-party games, and everybody getting on an Xbox, they're going to get it on a PC anyway or on Game Pass. So there you go. All right, so first real topic of the day. Last week, I did my second week check-in on Minecraft, and I said I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. Well, I might have to revise that statement. Currently sitting at 720. And slowing down. I mean, it was 120 million for the second weekend. It's only 70 million domestic, roughly, for this third week. And I think, and now now the international's kind of gotten in front of it. But here's the thing. So I want everybody's thoughts on this right now. So we're going to get through this quickly. But I said last week, it may make $1 billion. It may flip forward, but it's not because the movie's good. Jed can attest to this.
Oh, it's so bad.
You hated every second of it. This is because of memes and social media, plain and simple. Am I right?
So I was listening last week when you were saying that, and I was driving, so I wasn't able to be in the chat as much as I would have liked to. Mm-hmm. But right before you said memes, I said it's all a meme. Yeah. Like, yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think there's an element of a lot of kids, little kids, play Minecraft. A lot of them do. A lot of kids, heard about this movie was coming out. They don't know anything about internet culture. They just know that a movie of something that they love came out. So they probably pestered their parents into taking them.
Mm-hmm. Now, I hope they're taking them to a normal showing and not go into these mean disasters where they're trashing the place and bringing live animals in there for chicken jockey.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Drake, they brought live chickens.
What is going on? Golly, I disappeared from the internet just for a little while.
People they've been doing crazy shit. Yeah, live chickens climbing on each other's backs to have, chicken fights in the theater, throwing obscene amounts of popcorn, breaking stuff, like trying to tear out chairs from their bolts. Like it's riots in there.
Barbarian.
Yeah. This movie's success is a sign of the apocalypse, in my opinion.
So chicken fights like Mexican cockfights? Or
no, like people like in the swimming pool chicken fight where somebody's on your shoulders.
Oh.
Yeah. And they're all wearing masks too, so they know they're doing shit wrong.
Of course, mentally ill people,
and it's all because a zombie baby fell onto a chicken and then attacked a dude while riding the chicken. That's the whole reason why this is happening.
Baby,
well, a zombie toddler
in the game. Is this in Minecraft? Is this in the game or?
I heard that it can happen, like a zombie baby can ride a chicken, but it's more just a goofy sideshow. It's not really a antagonist or anything like it was portrayed in the film.
But
right?
the bottom line is this. This movie, if it makes $1 billion, it's not because it's a cultural phenomenon or it's a good movie. It's because the initial swell of TikTok meme culture. And as I said, I'm okay with memes pushing shit because it's funny, but not when it becomes destructive barbarian behavior where you're not going to the movie, you're going there to trash somebody's business and just to be super retarded. Not the normal retarded we are, but we're talking super retarded.
Super retards.
Yeah.
I have to officially apologize for my entire generation. I am shamed of us, and
you guys
we
suck.
extermination should be on the table.
That's fair.
Oh, we're going that far, huh?
That's fair.
I am ashamed. I am disgusted with the success of this movie. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It should not have made any money whatsoever. Everyone was high making this movie, and not in a good way. This isn't 80s high fun. This is boring methamphetamines into your eyeballs with a needle type high.
Turkish.
So do we? So we're not going to spend much more time on this because I just wanted to take a look at it because you look at the breakdown. It pulled in another 41 million domestic.
Only a 47% drop.
I know.
With losing over 200 theaters.
Which they increased slightly from the first one. So, I mean, does it hit $1 billion?
I think so. Not much higher, but I think it's going to hit $1 billion.
It limps into $1 billion if it gets there.
Yeah, I think logistically speaking, I think it might hit that threshold. Bare minimum 950 million.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely making profit now, though, because the budget was 150, I think. What were we saying, like 450?
Week 2. It was in profit on weekend 2. It's been in profit, yeah. I mean, listen, I can't be as right as I was about Snow White, despite y'all bullying me off my initial pick. I was right. I was right. But this one looks like I'm a little off. I said 750, 850. It'll blow past 850 next weekend. It'll blow past 850. So I said it might limp $1 billion, and I guess it's going to limp over $1 billion, but it doesn't do much more than $1 billion. I don't think it gets to 1.1 or 1.2.
Yeah, not at this point. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, because I think
still going to be a massive success.
Oh well, yeah, and when they're making a second one, I mean, last week's international only put on about 50 million, so the international is starting to peter out as well. Therefore, it's going to get a sequel, no doubt.
I'm just worried that Marvel is going to take a cue from this one. Can you imagine Marvel movies being inspired by the Minecraft movie? That's like the only thing that they can do that make it worse. And Marvel is very proud of making things as worse as possible these days. So I can see it happening.
People have to go to a Marvel movie first. So because we're going to talk about that. So there we go. Minecraft. We'll check in next week, see how close it is to $1 billion. Just had to get that one out of the way. But now, Dre, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh boy.
So how you feel about that Daredevil aborted ending?
Oh God. Yeah, that was the finale this week.
What happened?
That show is got this is what I'm gonna be fair. Is it the best Marvel Disney Plus show? Yes, it is. However, that bar is so low, it's lower than Jamaican limbo bars. Okay. That show has got to be one of the most disappointing shows that I've seen. Because I wanted it to be good, and that's on me. I failed myself. I decided to hope. I pulled an Adam, and decided to hope, and it followed the same Disney Plus formula, and the whole nothing filler, nothing finale. It's the same old crap. And granted, is it well acted? Sure. But cinematography was fine, I guess. But that story made me want to do unspeakable things to my wrists. I was just so disappointed because the entire show, we don't know what anybody wants. The entire show. And then it just ends. It's like, oh, by the way, Kingpin's plan is to rebuild Red Hook, and because there's a charter that exists that no one knew about, so you can commit grisly murder there, and it's not a crime because it's a free port. I'm like
What?
y'all are really jumping the shark here, man. So basically, Vanessa is who let Bullseye out, and she killed Foggy. She's the one that wanted Foggy killed because he knew that part of New York is a free port, and he was going to use that in court, and it would have undid her plan of money laundering. I'm like, bruh, just stop, man. Like you can tell there was like 3 or 4 different shows here at some point. Like you can tell the disjointed mess. You can see what they did with Muse was a complete and utter waste of time. You can see that there was actually no real villains the entire time. Kingpin is a shell of himself. It's just a disappointing mess, and then it literally just ends. Like,
yeah, I heard that. It's just okay. See you season 2.
Yeah, like it literally just ends. Like the story, to be fair, just gets started. Honestly, because they're trying to tie in 2 books. They're trying to do
Shadowlands.
Well, that's they're trying to lead you. They're trying to get to Shadowland, which I'm gonna be pissed because that's actually one of my favorite runs. But so they're crossing in Mayor Fisk and Devil's Reign, and that's they're combining 2 different books, and now they're literally trying to jump the shark and try to go introduce Devil's Reign literally in this last episode of Matt trying to get a team together, and the scene was so freaking stupid because like oh, he's like talking to Karen, and then he's like, oh, I need to build an army, and so they cut to the scene. They're in Josie's, and there's a bunch of regular people there. I almost threw my TV.
I saw memes of people putting in the Defenders, and and people are like, we're gonna put Spider-Man in the 2, and this is how retarded people are. They don't understand there is a contractual limit to what Spider-Man can appear in.
Exactly.
And he's contracted to movies, not television.
Bare minimum. If they're actually trying to make that scene be impactful, give me the Defenders. Give me Luke Cage. Give me Jessica Jones. Give me, God help me, Iron Fist. Just put them in there to make that scene make any sense. He goes.
I'm sure they're all willing to come back.
Sure.
Oh, they've said they are. They've all
they're
said
not
they
doing
are.
anything. They're broke.
They want some money.
Yeah, they're broke. They're broke. And so I'm like in the whole what they're doing with the anti-vigilante task force is just so disjointed and broken. The books exist. Just put the book on screen. Jesus H Christ. The jump was a disaster. He's usually using them as a freaking stormtrooper squad against the public, and there's no backlash. No one has anything to say. 0 people. The problem with this show, there's many. There's a tell and not show. That's a major problem. And secondly, there's absolutely no consequence to anybody's actions ever. If I make a task force within the police department, as the commissioner of the police, I'm calling the freaking state senator, the governor.
Mm-hmm.
Fisk is a mayor of New York.
Yeah.
Not the state of New York.
Yeah, it doesn't make you a god.
These are writers who don't understand anything words. And there are 8 episodes. And yes, Disney owns Marvel. So they own everything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to pay. Well, they would have to pay royalties to, of course, people who wrote it and drew it. But
in some cases, yeah.
In some cases, but they own the rights to the stories that they should be adapting.
Yeah,
they're not.
Yeah, they're not doing it.
And what's been the result of this? Nobody's watched this show.
The show's a disaster.
But has it even shown back up on Samba or the Nelsons from last month?
Never shown on Samba. Has never shown on the Nielsen's.
Well, it showed up on Samba week 1, I think, but I don't think it ever came back.
Did it? I don't think it did. I have it right here. I have.
Oh no, the number I'm thinking of was the self-reported Disney number, that 7 million number or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, no, it is never charted on Samba once because I've been watching Samba for Wheel of Time purposes, and Wheel of Time never shows up on Samba. It did show up on Nielsen because Nielsen's tracking all episodes and all season minutes.
Right.
So that's not an accurate representation. But Samba it showed up on. It hasn't shown up on. So no, it has never shown up on Samba. Daredevil, its entire run. We don't have this week's numbers yet, but it has never shown up once.
The message is disappointing. I'm telling you.
And that was the great white hope of many of lingering fans. It's like
that
was
was my
one
great
thing
white hope.
everyone was looking forward to.
And I am so disappointed in that show because I know that the folks involved, namely Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, they did everything in their power and pulled every string they could to try to make this show palatable. So with that being in mind, this is an improved version of whatever it was that was first being drug out there.
And you still got parts of that original thing.
Is there a chance that that's all a bunch of bullcrap, though?
You can tell, Static. You can actually tell when there was new scene shot because people are different weights.
And different haircuts, and probably different haircuts too. That's how I always notice when the hairstyle is different.
Weights, different haircuts. You can tell what was shot early and then what was there was no Karen wasn't in the show at all in the original first run. So they had to go and get her and get Foggy to go and shoot the whole first episode. Had to be reshot the entire thing, and so they took parts of the original first episode and stretched it into the second episode. It was a mess. It was a mess from top to bottom.
I watched the first 3 episodes. I couldn't. I didn't even want to watch the third one. I heard something dumb happen in the third one. I just wanted to see it, and then I just checked out.
Well, let me tell you why I almost cut my own foot off. Was I watched
before the Sugarfoot get you
diabetes?
Yeah, it was the filler episode with Kamala Khan's daddy. I
heard about that.
Almost threw myself.
I didn't make it that far.
Well, how could you have a filler episode in an 8-episode season?
In a 4 episodes prior to that, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
You give me nothing filler.
Yeah.
Like, what are we like? And then like a couple of people be online. They're like, "Oh, we really like this episode." Yeah, if this one was a 25 episode run, sure, you'll have opportunities for fillers to help us get to know the world and all the characters. You have 9 episodes to tell me a complete story, and you spent 4 of it doing nothing. Then the 5th episode is literally a throwaway, literally a throwaway episode. And then you're like, okay, now let's get to the story.
They don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't care. They don't care.
The mess was embarrassing.
Well, are you going to watch season
They
2?
just don't know how to do TV. They don't hire TV creators. They hire movie creators, shitty movie creators, but they don't know how to make episodic television or serialized.
Are you going back for season 2, Trey?
I don't know, man.
Does it get a season 2?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
really.
It was one of those, like, it's a Disney Plus formula. They already had 2 seasons in the contract already.
Yeah.
Has there been a season 2 of anything Marvel to come out yet?
No. Well, Loki.
I think it's just Loki.
Yeah, Loki had a season 2.
Yeah. And it's going to get a March 2026 release. So their spring release next year.
Okay.
So,
Jesus Christ.
Now I just realized that I skipped over something, so we're going to put a pin in the MCU and we're going to talk Black Snape. I just realized I did that. I was so excited to hear Dre cry that I skipped over that. Sorry. So the week did start with, and they had every opportunity, they being HBO Max and everybody involved with it. They had every opportunity to read the room and not do this, but they went ahead and did it, and they put Papa Asidu as Severus Snape. As I said earlier in the week, I am the casual Harry Potter fan. I'm not the biggest fan of the movies because of the way they departed from the books too much. I do not like how the movies essentially feel overall. And I was looking forward to this show to be a more accurate telling of the books. Static, is it fucked?
It's fucked. And I'm going to watch this and I'm going to review it because it's that fucked. That's all. That's the only thing that I review. It's fucked shit. And this looks terrible.
I want to put together a review team for this because I don't want to do this by myself.
I'm there.
Everyone's got to read the first book first.
Yep. Yeah,
it's so short that I think the whole panel can knock it out pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out.
I mean,
I have no interest in those books at all. I'm not watching this.
I just want a good television. Okay, and for them to say faithful and do it like this. There is, to me, no acceptable response for casting this very black man to be what is supposed to be a very pasty, white, ugly man. And I mean, Dre, do you feel represented?
First of all, Harry Potter, let me be as clear as I possibly can. Harry Potter is not for me. When I say not for me, I mean coloreds. When I say coloreds, I mean individuals of Afro-American descent. This is a European story set in it's British, right? It's a British story, essentially, right? Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Ain't no blackies over there. All right. We don't do that. And here's my problem. Well, I have a lot of problems, but here's my problem with this. Now, I wasn't a big Harry Potter reader. I remember the books came out. A lot of people that I knew read the books and all that other great stuff. I wasn't even into the movies. Here's my issue. Why are you making the only character that actually gets hung a black person?
Yeah.
That's my problem.
They torture that boy.
I mean, literally, the only character that gets hung, you happen to make him black? No. This is all the same old leftist propaganda nonsense. Look at the white devil doing blah, blah, blah. Look, well, first of all, the overwhelming majority of black folks don't like slave references. Overwhelming majority of us do not like that stuff.
No,
there are always those few that always like to finger blast themselves. The idea of being freaking slaves, like, look at what they did. Was most of us don't like that stuff. We don't like those type of references and callbacks at all. So I already know this person, they're making Snape black for that reason specifically. So they can have the slaves and the darkies, look how much they hate them. Like that's all it's gonna be for. And it's a complete waste.
You're right, but this ain't for black people. This is for white wine moms.
It is.
Fuck.
You're not. Damn. Look, it's 100% correct. Look, if you ask the majority of black folks, are they into Harry Potter? Yo, the reality is the answer is no. We not into Harry Potter, and that's okay. It's not our thing. Let white folks have stuff. I mean,
I want that on a t-shirt. Let white folks have stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, like everything ain't for everybody. Like, yo, this is a very white story coming from a white perspective about a white area, about white wizardry. Okay, great. I gotta just shoehorn darkies in there. Like, come on, man. Like, just.
I mean, here's the problem too. Listen, we've looked at Papa Asidu's resume. He hasn't done much of anything.
What resume?
He hasn't done much of anything. He hasn't done really anything. I understand, get work, great, earn your living, but dude, you must realize the shitstorm. And I'm not saying racism shitstorm. I just mean the rejection from fans of we don't want you this.
He wants
you to do this.
You have to want it.
Yeah.
You
wants
have
to
want
do this.
To be some sort of fucking fake victim.
Thank you. Whatever's going to come from this, and we're gonna kind of link this part. It's another story in today's show about fake victimhood and altering narratives.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for that one.
Yeah, you know where I'm going.
I think so.
Yeah, Papa Isidu, he didn't have to take this role, but like Static just said, he wants to take this role. He wants this. Whatever's going to come from him, he's going to want to say thank you to everybody who's supporting me and all you racists against me. I am Snape, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's the only thing that's going to give him fame at this point. Like, that'll skyrocket. Like, we know his name now. Do we know the names of the two people in the bottom right, just off the top of our heads?
Aside from Nick Frost, no. I mean, that's a skinny Nick Frost.
Just because you're being cast in this doesn't automatically mean you're going to be a household name. Yeah. But he's blown into the public sphere.
He's guaranteed a job for 7 years now. He's guaranteed a job for 7 years.
If they renew it after the first couple.
True.
But I do want to say, I as someone who was just in Scotland, where Hogwarts is supposedly supposed to be, and actually went down to one of the castles that they used in the filming of Harry Potter. That one is in Northumbria, though. Guess how many black people I saw outside of the airport? The airport's obviously its own thing.
The answer is 0. I wasn't even there, and I know you ain't see it.
I saw one fat black lady at a tourist destination.
Oh,
That
that
was
doesn't
it.
count.
Out in the
That-
wild, though, nothing.
Was she on a scooter?
I'm looking
No.
for wild colors.
45 minutes. Okay. But yeah, so I wanted this to be good, and now we're in mocking mode now. We're not in serious. I do not take this seriously. This could have great production value, but every time Papa Isidu comes on scene, it's going to blow the suspension of disbelief, and it's all people are going to talk about.
So,
and
I have a question.
Okay, go.
You mentioned earlier about how they might not finish the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Could that be considered one of the biggest failures of all time?
Yes.
They don't get this done.
This could have been one of the biggest television series of all
Ever.
time.
Yes,
absolutely could have been.
Because Harry Potter is like the last man standing healthy franchise right now. It's one of the healthy. Because it remains healthy. People are excited for the Epic Universe new section at Universal Studios. They're excited for all this stuff. People are ready to go, and it's just you've just alienated your fan base. Because I haven't seen legitimate Harry Potter fans be happy about this in the week. Now, it's died down as the week has gone on because other news cycle things. But in the immediate aftermath of this, I saw nobody happy. Nobody real happy. Clapping Stams, no, they don't count.
Yeah. They're going to lap up anything they get. And one thing that I don't think enough people are talking about is I actually hate all the casting announcements with the exception of Filch. I think that guy can look like Filch and do whatever. It's a minor character. But even Quirrell, a lot of people are like, yeah, it's just Quirrell. That guy is way too well defined. His jawline's way too sharp. Quirrell's supposed to be a little bit squirrely. He's supposed to be a little weird looking. This guy isn't that. Nick Frost, I think, is a terrible choice for Hagrid. Really? He does not have the charm. He is going to make it a meme. That's all he knows how to do, acting-wise. Yeah, Hagrid is not supposed to be sarcastic.
No.
He's got the biggest heart in the entire story.
Entirely wholesome.
And John Lithgow, I do think that is wrong. It's still one of the better ones, but I think the original rule from the film should still apply where they only hire British actors.
Yes.
But John Lithgow, I just don't see it. I really don't see a performance he's ever done. Of course, he's a talented actor, so he might pull it off still. Yeah. But that has that sort of mysticism to him, a little bit of otherworldliness, and the charm. There's a degree of charm to Dumbledore that I just don't know if John Lithgow can pull off. I've loved him in a ton of stuff that I've seen. I just think he's wrong for Dumbledore. I think he could have played maybe a good Filch. I mean, not Filch, Fudge. I think he could have done a good Fudge, but not a Dumbledore. And Minerva's 40 years too young, so there's that. I don't even need to see her act. She's way too young because she's older than Voldemort, I think. And Voldemort's in his 60s.
Okay. Well,
and Hagrid's, or they're in their 50s. Hagrid and Voldemort were contemporaries at Hogwarts, and they're in their 50s. So, yeah, she should be at least 60.
I mean, the thing is this. I said it before, I'll say again, I was okay with the Lithgow casting because he's a quality actor, and I think he could pull it off. But now everything else, it's falling apart, and now it's only a matter of time before we get the Holy Trinity announced. And I lay even money one of them is going to be Brown.
I hope it's Harry, so there's a fan theories about whether or not Snape's the real father.
It'll be the redhead.
It probably will.
You're gonna make the Weasleys Indian or some shit like that. I don't know. Pakistani. I don't know. So this thing is gonna fail. And here's the other interesting angle of this whole story right now. I remember in the beginning of this when we said J.K. Rowling, executive producer, going to be involved. I admit I was in the front saying she's not stupid. She's going to be involved. She can make sure she doesn't ruin her legacy. She has been silent on all of this, and everybody wondered, where is she? Where is she? Is she taking a break? Is she even on social media? And a couple days ago, with that ruling in the UK about trainees and this and that, there she is all over Twitter. Yeah. So she'll talk about that ad nauseum, but she won't talk about her own IP.
Yep, I don't think she's that involved.
So strange. That is the strangest thing right now. So that leads me to believe what you just said, Jed. Maybe she's not as involved as we originally believed she was.
she's clearly under an NDA regardless of her involvement level because she's not saying shit. So she's definitely under an NDA, but she would at least come out and say, "Hey, we're really excited about this," or tweets like that, generic tweets like that. Even from the beginning, I never really thought her involvement was going to be a massively positive thing with the changes that she made retroactively to the Harry Potter franchise and just a lot of the other stuff. Being the original creator isn't a hallmark for a adaptation being a success or being accurate. I always look to Rick Riordan for that at Disney Plus and a lot of these other ones as well. So I don't think her involvement would have made that much of a difference in the end, but I don't think she's involved.
At this point, I don't either.
She's not quiet. If she's not being quiet about political issues, she's not going to be quiet about business decisions business news if she were involved.
I don't think she gives a shit anymore. I don't. She's got her money. She's got her billions. She keeps making the money. She doesn't care. Otherwise, if she cared, she wouldn't have let this happen.
Ariel does make a good point. She was involved in the Fantastic Beasts one. Look
how that worked out.
She's credited on the screenplays, at least of the second two, I think.
And look how that worked out. Those movies are disasters. Nobody wants to pretend they even exist anymore. So we're going to be there, and this is going to be an unpleasant review now. I wanted it to be a pleasant review. It's going to be, Samuel talked to Sam about, I wanted it to be like Picard Season 3, where we had a good time. We're not going to have a good time with this. It's going to be not fun. It's going to be, I don't want to say miserable, but it's going to be
Picard Season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So this is not going to be what anybody wanted, but we're going to be there. We're going to cover it, I guess, next year. I don't know. They don't even have a release date on this. Who knows? Could be 2027 at this point for all we freaking know. But I guess with the kids, they're going to want to get going as soon as possible to try and keep the kids aged relatively close to the books, to the growth in the books. But
Which
good job.
I actually do think is a good thing because it'll be the first TV show, it feels like, in the last decade to actually have seasons coming out every year.
Yeah.
They have to.
And
it'll be refreshing.
And even have a chance. They need to progressively increase the episode counts as the seasons go on. And they could do the first book in 7, 8 episodes. They could.
I think the first 3 books they could pull off 8 episodes, but once you hit book 4, that nearly triples in length. You're gonna need a heftier
12 to 14, something like that. Anyway, all right. Good luck, HBO Max. We don't have any faith in you anymore now whatsoever, and we don't have any faith back to the top. We have no faith in the MCU. Because, as Dre mentioned a bit ago, Daredevil was the one bright spot. Okay? It was the one bright spot. It's okay. Eat a cookie. You'll feel better.
Ooh, cookies.
Yeah, cookies. Yeah. See, I mentioned earlier we're in here. I had pancakes today, so I'm good. Just trying to make Sam hungry again. Anyway, so.
Fuck you so much.
Just go drink from some hose water. You'll feel better, all right?
You know what? I will, because my immune system will be boosted by that, unlike your pansy immune system.
It just tastes good. Hose water is very refreshing.
Yeah, eat the germs. Anyway.
Mulan said it'll make a man out of you.
Other things with booze made a man out of me, okay? Listen, all right, so we, out of nowhere this week, Daredevil wasn't bad enough. Everybody pissing and moaning, upset that Daredevil disappointed them for the past 7 weeks because it was a double episode premiere, right? If I remember correctly.
The finale was just one episode.
Okay, all right. So 7, 8 weeks though.
5 and 6 were together.
Oh, okay, all right. So about
which
7,
is
8
so
weeks.
weird.
Just a bizarre ordeal.
But you're here. Look at this man's disappointment. His heart is broken.
Solid.
He's broken. And let's take a look at where we are. Y'all questioned me a couple of months ago when I put out my equation of interest and enthusiasm leading up to Fantastic Four Baby Steps. I said after Black Falcon Captain America, after now Daredevil, which is the one bright spot, and now we've got Thunderbolts in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Then you got before Baby Steps, you got Riri Williams, June 24th, Ironheart, and then Baby Steps. And I put it out there. All these failures leading up to Baby Steps, no enthusiasm. It's MCU enthusiasm could be an all-time low for a movie they need to be a hit. And then we got earlier last week, we got that article with Entertainment Weekly where both Vanessa Kirby and the Quinn dude who plays Johnny Flame On Storm put out some red flags. Johnny Storm isn't going to be masculine. He's not a womanizer. He's not a bro. He's just I'm Mr. Positivity, probably gay. And then Vanessa Kirby talking about basically, I'm Sue Storm. Let me talk to you about my feminist agenda.
Yep.
Let me talk to you about gender roles.
Well, it takes place in the 60s. I feel like that's half the reason they did it.
Retro 60s.
It's
60s.
They're still going to weaponize that.
But you understand my point. You understand my point, though. Red flags all over the place. And we heard the rumors. It's going to be Sue's movie. She's going to be pregnant. She's going to be the real leader, heart and soul of the team. And then, out of nowhere, I didn't see this coming this week. On Wednesday, we got the first official trailer of Baby Steps.
But before we watch it, I just want to say, of course she's going to be the protagonist. Pedro Pascal's too busy jerking it to Octopus.
Ooh.
What?
He talked about how he watched a lot of Octopus footage, and he was very inspired in his performance by Octopus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the animal?
Yes.
It's Pedro Pascal. He's a weirdo. All right? He's a weirdo. So
yeah, he's way too busy to learn any more lines.
Looks like Shitternet got Samuel. Or he actually decided to go to sleep. Either way, he'll be if he comes back, great. It's fine. We want Samuel to be right. He needs some sleep. He'll come back. But it might have been the Shitternet. All right, so have we all seen this trailer?
Oh yeah.
I know you've seen it, Dre. I know you've seen it.
I returned to the internet because of this stupid thing.
All right, so crap. We are going to go through this because we have to. I react to it, but I want to point out everything that I saw in this. Okay, and I'm going to say this now. I don't like a single moment of this trailer.
This trailer is a disaster.
Yes,
like it's bad.
Yeah. I mean, some people say the first 40 seconds are harmless. I think it's pathetic, is what it is. It's not. It doesn't have. It's shallow and hollow.
DOA.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space.
Now, I am fine with them skipping over an origin. Fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's where we all know.
That's the only thing I said is fine. Skip the origin. That's great.
Forever changed.
This car?
Now, people are like, oh, it's so wholesome. I don't care.
He just manhandled a stranger's car.
Yeah. And I am. Oh, and the only other thing I am okay with is it's Kirby thing. It's got the brow ridge. It's Kirby's representation. That's about it. Now we get to problems.
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic You pause right there. I have a problem. I have a big problem here.
Tell me about it.
This is supposed to be the 1960s, right? Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but there was an act in play, actually, a couple of them. Jim Crow and Separate but Equal Act at the same dang time. Now, if they want to pretend that this is a alternate universe 60s where coloreds weren't second-class citizens, then I guess maybe we're going to play that game. But under no circumstance should we be having this. Like, if you're going to try to make this a period piece, make it a period piece. Don't act like there's some type of utopia between everybody.
But
all
there
right?
is.
Civil rights movement is happening.
It is an alternate universe. It's separate from the main MCU, and they've got advanced technology, super advanced technology.
Oh, so that's ended racism.
But Trey, you have to understand, Pedro's Reed Richards is the smartest man in the world, and he brought world peace. And Sue, because she's the most emotionally evolved person in the planet, she brought about disarmament and world peace.
And I'm pretty sure we're not going to get an explanation on how that happened. I'm sure
they told us in the interview. Yeah.
Maybe those arms would be, useful in an alien invasion.
You don't need it. You have.
I mean, obviously,
flame on.
Obviously, a nuke's not going to do a whole lot against Galactus, but I'm sure the nations of the world would feel better about it if they had some.
But Jed, disarmament, world peace, because
vagina.
Yeah, that's how it works, I guess. Hey, listen, any vagina can disarm a missile, I guess. I don't know.
God,
it just takes a little work.
Yeah, there you go. There's a joke in there somewhere, and you brought it home. Thank you.
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
I hate this music, by the way. I hate it. It's supposed to be uplifting, and all I am is annoyed. Now here we've seen this. They put this scene back in that we already saw in the last trailer.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay, that is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You're late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
This scene was so awkward, just the writing of it. And yeah, we're talking about women's periods in a promotional material.
Mm-hmm. Kids movie.
Right. It is a movie for kids, so you don't get to talk about it.
Yeah. Kids movie. But now this whole thing here. Let's finish it out and then I'll make a comment.
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world, and you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
Oh,
We can do it.
He's a fool.
Yes.
Just as everyone was expecting.
Yes. Okay. Shitternet is restored. Shitternet's back. Okay. Here's the problem with all right here. Let me just go back. Not the wrong key. Go back right here. The whole problem with this is that we are 1 minute and 3 seconds in. We haven't heard a word from Pedro Reed. Hasn't said a word. He already looks confused, befuddled, and second fiddle. And here's another problem I have with this. And I've mentioned this before. I'm mentioning it right here. We don't know if they're married, right? We don't know because they keep saying Sue Storm in all the promotional material. So they're either not married and she's pregnant, but they've clearly been together for years, or they are married, she's pregnant, and she didn't take his name. That's just, to me, that's all kinds of problems.
And is it supposed to be 1960?
60s retro, 60. I mean, retro.
See, that's what I'm saying, Adam. This is the thing.
Yeah.
If it's going to be a period piece, let it be a period piece.
Mm-hmm.
The bra burning era didn't start yet. It wasn't these women not trying to take their husband's last name. None of that crap. Just if it's gonna be supposed to be like wholesome, old school 1960s family values, maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be guesswork involved.
Mm-hmm.
Always somebody trying to rewrite history and story. Especially this is a Fantastic Four, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Four peaked in the 60s. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. They peaked in the 60s. Reed Richards became extremely popular afterward and did other things.
Yeah.
But the Fantastic Four, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we got cool characters after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's call it like it is. It's just
And
the reality of it.
And Shock brings up, even if they do hyphenate it, that to me, that's still a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Fantastic Four is Marvel's first family. It should be promoting the nuclear family, that kind
That's
of stuff.
exactly what it is. 100%.
And this whole thing is a problem. If they're not married, if they are married, it's not her name, hyphenated. It's all kinds of problem because it's Disney pushing their messaging. And now here, it only gets worse from here. This is the part of the trailer everybody said was, some people said, okay. No, the red flags are here.
It's just super cringe. But yeah, with the 60s stuff, Dre, I think they want to do the whole dick in the ass and soul in heaven thing and have whatever they want from the 60s, cherry picking the feminist struggle, but also not dealing with the racism aspect of it. They're just getting what they want from the 60s and ignoring everything else. That's why it's an alternate universe.
And I think that's disingenuous. If you're going to be 60s, give it all. Let's see some racism. Let's see some women. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, yo, let's stop playing games. Like, if we're going to ignore the racism but still have the women's suffrage, you can't have both. You can't sit there and say one happened and one didn't. That's not how that works. And I'm just like, yo, stop cherry picking. Just let's have some old school white folks saying, get them colors off my street. Like, this is the type of stuff I want to see. That's the one I want to see here. Don't give me this utopia nonsense.
But I mean,
it's a real struggle.
But it is utopia. They in the Entertainment Weekly article, which was 95% fluff, this is a utopia planet. Everything's perfect. There's no problems until Silver Surfer arrives.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
Are you ready?
Pedro just writing, bitch.
Here it comes. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
This is
Are
rough.
you
Jed,
the
brace yourself.
protectors of this world?
Okay. Are you the protectors of this world? Who do you think would answer that?
It's supposed to be Reed Richards.
Mr. Fantastic, with an ego the size of the planet, an ego that equally as large as Tony Stark's, okay? Massive ego. Reed Richards would answer.
Yes, we are.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Let's go. We'll deal with that in a second. She answers. It's
Why
exactly
is he even there?
To look like this, to look like an idiot.
Like, he let that twink say he was going to be a bad dad, and now this. Like,
it's just another opportunity to crap on Reed Richards. Reed Richards in Marvel Comics is the smartest man on the planet.
I feel like Pedro should start taking this shit personally.
Oh, he's happy
I
being
mean, no, but he's into that. He's into being cucked all the time. That's his MO.
Yeah.
That's why he took this role. Everybody else that wanted to play Reed Richards, all of them turned it down because they saw how he's going to be cucked for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And then here comes Pedro Pascal for his 800th movie in 20 minutes. It'd be like, oh, I want to be cucked. Yes. Oh, yeah. Victimize me, daddy. Yes. Like that's what he's into that stuff. And like when you take Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, the member of the Illuminati in Marvel, like the biggest ego and one of the most well-connected people in the MCU, most arrogant person in the MCU, the ultimate get out of jail free card in Marvel history. He's just being cucked left and right.
And you bring that up. That is why I generally don't like Reed Richards, because he is the get out of jail free card. He is the one you pull the, everything's going to shit. What do you do? Oh, I'm going to pull the Reed lever and he's going to save everything, because that's what Reed Richards does. That's why I don't like Reed Richards. I respect him, but I don't like him.
As a character, he's the get out of jail free card. 100%.
He'll fix everything. He's always going to fix everything.
Well, he ain't fixing nothing now. Only thing he's fixing up is his wife with her new boyfriend. That's the only thing he's fixing up now.
And I'm going to say it. I said before, I'm going to say it again. I'm not into Vanessa Kirby. I think she's not as hot as everybody's saying she is.
She used to be.
Typical Hollywood female at this moment.
I mean,
I'm really hoping she gets kind of a will they won't they queer baiting with the Silver Surfer.
Oh,
I'm really hoping for some of that.
Jessica Alba was way hotter.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Jessica Alba was way hotter. All right. But now here we go.
Yes, we are. Your planet is...
Oh, no.
CGI is so bad.
Oh,
horrible.
What are we
I almost fell out my chair laughing when I saw this.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. This looks like I drew it with my left hand. Okay. This is disgusting. Like they even like a whole bunch of people like went to the 2007 one, which I believe that's the Rise of Silver Surfer was 2007. I believe
the movie
that looks, even by today's standards, looks really good. Looks really good. This is a nightmare.
That's because that was CGI enhanced. It was a dude in a suit. It was Doug Jones, if I remember.
Doug
right.
Jones. Yeah, you're right. It was Doug Jones, famous for his physical acting, being a physical acting monster character. Doug Jones is a master class of how to do that stuff. And then, of course, he had the voiceover of Larry Fishburne.
Yeah.
So I mean, but this
is
what is this?
This is nasty. As I said when I saw this joint, it's Gumby with chrome plating.
I mean, at least have the hair be flowing.
Nothing. They did nothing, Adam.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They took. I mean, look, the face. Like everything about this is a disaster.
Yeah.
And her titties are like this small.
I know.
Like, what are we talking about?
I think those might be bigger than her real life titties, though.
They might be, because for you guys who don't know, I believe she's non-binary. I believe she's a they them. So
I don't know. I don't know if she chopped them off, but I don't think she had any to begin with.
Listen, not every woman can be blessed.
It's always got to be some mental illness somewhere. Jesus Christ.
This is CGI. It doesn't matter if she's blessed or not. It's going to be fake.
Yeah.
Just give her some big old silver titties.
Thank you.
It's so much worse when she talks, though, in motion.
Yeah.
I feel like they motion captured her face, but the rest of it's just pure animation, and it comes across as the talking orange meme videos. That's what I thought every time I saw her speak. It's just her mouth and her nose and her eyes moving independently of the face behind it. They're not connected. There's not connective tissue. There's no bones underneath her, whatever the Silver Surfer has internally.
Yet there are people thinking this is great. I mean, I've seen the memes, the guy with like the silver stains on his mouth. I mean,
that's just funny.
I mean, there are people, there are always good people who think this is great. There are always people who are going to goon over it. You know, fine. Goon however you want. This is all adult behavior. That's fine. But just admit it doesn't look good. And it's not going to look good as we go forward.
Oh, it's trash.
Is now marked for death.
Now, I have a problem right here. All right? Okay. Why aren't his clothes burned off?
Why'd he stop the fire?
Yeah.
He's not out of the atmosphere yet. He's still in the atmosphere.
And she hasn't stolen his powers like happened in the Rise of the Silver Surfer. So he chose to turn off his powers for the attack move.
Yeah. But
correct.
But it'd be one thing if he was still wearing his anything with the 4 insignia on it. I would assume that's going to be fireproof. But he's in civvies right here.
Yeah.
Does he have Reed just make him a whole bunch of civvies? Is Pedro just spending the whole movie being a fashion designer? Oh, this little cardigan's gonna look great on you, buddy.
Well, seeing what he wore at Celebration, do you really want him giving fashion?
Oh God, it's so bad.
It is bad. If we have time, we will. I'll bring it up if we have time during that one. But so this doesn't make any sense to me. Now being a nitpicky nerd, why are his clothes not off? I mean, yes, did Reed make them? Whatever, but I would assume that civvies are normal clothes. Like maybe under it, he's got a suit on or something. But still, this is dumb.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space, and they hurt.
So the first time Reed speaks, it's to be a crybaby bitch.
That's right.
It's
all his fault.
I did something awesome,
and
I'm ruined everything.
And I would accept this if I knew this was going to be a movie where Reed's hero journey, maybe this is his low point. But I know that's not going to be the case.
Well, it's also a matter of marketing material. It falls into the same category of why I don't like the Superman trailer. Is having him being broken like that, landing in the snow, spitting out blood, in context could be fine. But with marketing, we want to be able to see our heroes at their peak. So when these down moments, these lows happen in the actual film, we feel that. We want to be hyped for something, not get depressed about something in marketing material. Marketing companies these days are awful at their job. They don't know what people want from the trailers. We want to be excited. We don't want to be, oh yeah, he's a little cuck bitch, isn't he? Come on, show us him being a badass. That's how you make trailers.
Yeah. So, and now the rest of the trailer is girl boss time. It's girl boss time.
So, woman fixing a man's mistakes.
Yeah.
Are we safe?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I do
Doesn't
know that
anything.
I do know that you're not Reed Richards. I know
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Does Reed Richards not know anything?
No,
At all?
he's not the smartest man in the room, let alone
Really
the world.
not.
Back to Dre's point from before. Reed Richards would never go, I don't know.
Never.
Because he would never, his ego would not allow him to admit, I don't know. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the character right here. And also showing that this is the face of a scared beta cuck.
Oh yeah.
'Cause that's what Pedro plays.
Oh, there be betas.
There's not enough time.
All right, what do you think that is? I thought that was originally the cosmic storm in the prologue, but I've heard people saying that that's the Earth being destroyed by Galactus.
Maybe they have to
you
flee
can see the
to the main
curvature in the corner.
MCU.
Sorry, what was that, Sam?
You can see the curvature in the upper right corner. It's Earth.
It's Earth.
It's a planet, at least. It might not be, or it might be, a vision of something that Galactus has done on another world.
But that's
or
their Fantastic
a dream
Four ship right
sequence.
there.
It could be a dream sequence of the future.
Well, I mean, they are going to lose. They're going to lose because they have to end up in the main MCU timeline for Doomsday.
Well, and it's not like if you go back and you look at the comics, this is supposedly based on the original 3 issues where Galactus shows up, Silver Surfer gets introduced, and all that. They do lose, right? They get their asses kicked, and right at the outset, they're just like, "Yeah, I don't think we can do anything about this guy." You know?
Which generally you can't. It's Galactus. I mean, so
who is the only being in the Marvel universe who remembers the last universe because he was there. You know?
I'm not giving up.
Here we go. Here's her monologue. She's
Is he looking into the camera?
No, just slightly off. His eyes.
It looks like he's breaking the fourth wall.
We will face this together.
I don't know. He's looking at Uranus, maybe.
We will
That
fight it
fantastic
together.
car is awful. Did you see it in the background?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm not a fan either. Yeah.
It's so bad.
As a family.
All right, so she just gave all the rah-rah stuff there. She's the one doing that, and we got one more. We'll get one more line from Reed.
Has to be us.
I don't think
look,
that
the
looks good.
Octopussy.
I don't think that looks good. Some people are saying that looks awesome. I don't think it looks good.
That's always a hard thing to pull off.
I know, but they just can't get it right. They just
Yeah,
can't get it right.
they can never get it right. And so as far as the stretching of Mr. Fantastic, I'm gonna give it a pass because it's darn near impossible to pull off in live action. It's darn near impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't disagree, but I'm people saying it looks good.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, but
No,
there are
I
those
think
saying
it looks like shit.
It just doesn't look good, and so and I did note somebody did notice that there's Galactus right there.
Well, I did hear. I don't know if you heard this. Stands were turning against this trailer a little bit. They're mad that he's allowed to stretch, but Kamala Khan wasn't. They're like, "Oh
Yes,
my
I
god,
did
my
hear that.
brown queen wasn't allowed to stretch. Why is he?"
Because even dumb Disney Plus knew that it looked ridiculous.
Yeah. I've heard them in here. Somebody said if her nose starts to bleed, fuck everything. Like when Alba's nose started to bleed and rise. So I've heard that now too.
We will.
I'd like to go back to a time. I'd like
Oh,
to go
but-
back to a time before Sue developed extra fucking powers and she just turned invisible and was silent and useless in the
Before
background.
force fields. Before
You know,
force fields.
like back when they were fighting the fucking mole man.
Yes, because they're a mid team. They're mid. They always been mid.
Only one
For
of those
decades.
characters I give a shit about is the Thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I only ever like the Thing too. I like
Yeah,
the Thing.
if the Thing is featured, but once again, we have the Thing featured. Usually, it's connected to a Hulk story or Hulk adjacent. He teams up with She-Hulk, like stuff like that. But the Invisible Woman, trash. Johnny Storm, Human Torch, trash. Like they just don't move. They've never moved the needle once. The only one that moved the needle solo was Mr. Fantastic because of all the other things he's elbow deep into. It's never about him stretching. It's about his brain.
Yeah.
Their powers are mid, and it's always been mid.
The only reason people get excited about this shit, Dre, the only reason they call them Marvel's first family is because they were literally the first thing Stan Lee crapped out.
Exactly. They're the Fantastic Four themselves are a nostalgia act, which is fine because they're like they are Marvel's first family, and they deserve to have the credit given to them. But to act like that they are the team of teams is absolutely retarded.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea that they're still getting these pushes. They don't need these type of pushes. After the 60s, this team fell off. I'm not even just talking about as far as popularity, comic sales as well, because they were mid. They were always mid.
Spider-Man is number 1, X-Men is
Without
number
question.
2.
Without question, Spider-Man is an undisputed number 1.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man, then there's everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. So he says, we'll protect you. No, you're not. Then Galactus is going to walk around. And so now listen, has this trailer been massively rejected? No, the ratio here is not bad. It's 427K to 41K down. But this isn't the success that Marvel wants, that Disney wants. It's either focused on Silver Surfer or the other shit. There's nobody wondering about the story. It's all the controversies. And therefore, I lay it to you right here. I put my equation back out there. Black Falcon plus Daredevil plus Thunderbolts plus Riri Williams plus Fantastic Four equals failure. Because Static, what's going to win in July?
Dinosaurs!
That's true.
I mean, he's not wrong. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Dude,
I mean,
if Avengers was smart, they'd put fucking dinosaurs in that movie. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
only thing that moves the needle anymore.
Jed, you just mentioned it. The latest thing we got from the Superman stuff, we got that weird ass trailer a couple weeks ago, and then we got a featurette last week talking about James Gunn more than the actual freaking movie. If anybody's watched it, dinosaurs, such an easy hill to climb. Superman not looking great, but still better than Baby Steps.
Everything's better than that.
So after seeing this, I still say when we get to July, Jurassic World wins by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Might even be 1.5 winning.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm not looking forward to that movie, but I 100% agree. Jurassic Park Rebirth is going to take the cake. I hope it gets more than Minecraft, because I will not stand for Minecraft being the #1 movie of 2025. I can't endure that.
Lilo and Stitch is going to get all the money. That's going to get all the fucking money.
Get paid. They might get some money.
They're going to make a lot of money. I don't know if they're going to go above $1 billion, though.
Lilo and Stitch is going to cross $1 billion.
Really?
That's going to cross $1 billion because it looks like it's faithful and it's harmless. And if it's harmless and faithful and the kids like it, boom. I mean, there'll be debate on How to Train Your Dragon. I still think it's going to have a strong weekend, but fall off when people realize it's not the original movie, that they made a lot of changes. But it's going to be Jurassic Park, Superman, and a distant third Baby Steps, because here we are, all these things. Nobody's going to be excited for this movie.
No.
Nobody.
It's too much competition.
Yeah, and people will go put their money where they want to enjoy it. They're not going to go see this at the end of July. It's going to be hot. It's going to be annoying, and no one's going to see this. I mean, I'm going to review it just because I'm invested in it at this point. But
are you going to go see it? All right.
Yeah, I don't.
I have not been to the theaters once this entire year. Okay.
Neither have I.
Bastard.
I have not gone to theaters once.
I saw no.
I am going to go to movies one time this year. I'm going to go see Superman. I'm going to go see Superman because I have to see Superman.
We all have to see it because
we have to know.
That's
just the law of the land.
Yeah,
I have to go see Superman.
I'll watch it, but I'm probably not going to go to the theater for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I was going to go, but after the last thing that came out with Superman, I've lost interest.
I have to review it at this point. I have to review it, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see.
I get that. I just and it's not even really about like the quality of movies anymore. It's just it's been so long since I was in the habit of going to movie theaters. I'm just kind of out of love with the whole experience.
Shock. That's the last time I went to a theater. Was Marvel.
Wow.
That's the last
Yeah,
time I went.
last
to
time
it.
I went was Godzilla -1 at the end of the year before last.
That was a good movie.
So
yeah, it was.
So I mean, it's going to fail, and I think Lilo and Stitch will balance Disney's books because of how much money it's made. But that's a lot of L's for Disney this year in the MCU, on top of Snow White. So it's not looking good.
Is there anything to that report going on that Disney's going to stop doing the live actions because of the
I
failure?
saw that, but I don't know. I didn't see a reputable
Some bigger news sources are reporting it, so it might be legitimate.
I haven't
It's
seen
a
a
little
reputable
early with
source.
Lilo and Stitch around the corner.
Well,
yeah,
that's finished. That's
it has to
finished.
be a leak. That wouldn't be a public statement. So
Yeah, because
Disney
remember,
wouldn't say it now.
They still have several others that they had started development on.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be.
There's got to be a
surprised-
couple of them that are too far along to stop at this point.
Probably. I mean, I think. God, actually, I can't think. I don't know. Remember what was pipeline? I mean, Lilo and Stitch is the last one I know that was going to happen. Here it comes.
I don't
but
think they've started filming Hercules yet, so they can cancel that one.
They might be able to cancel that because that was going to be a disaster no matter what they do.
Yeah.
If you don't have Danny DeVito and James Woods in it, it was going to be a disaster. And James Woods is blacklisted, and Danny DeVito, I don't think he gives a shit. So I mean,
He's a little blacklisted too because of his work on It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I was trying to think if that was a legitimate.
And they brought him in for Dumbo though. Disney did bring him in for Dumbo.
And how did that go?
From what I hear, it was
All right.
fantastic.
So we're not done with Disney right now because this is only one side of the failure that is Disney. Now, let's go to the main course today. Before we do that, though, I must remember that I have been forgetting to give out free gifties. I've been forgetting to give out the free gifties because one can do that. So right now, because we still have time left, so here's 5 free gifted memberships to you guys in the chat. There you go. If you got one, congratulations. I'll give another 5 out next week because I forgot to do that. Oh, look, I gave Ariel one and Shock one and Weasel and Devil and Smooth. So, okay, people that I know got it. That's good. That makes me feel good. People I know got it. So enjoy. You now have access to all my old gaming streams on the channel. That's dozens of hours of me playing games and talking shit at you.
I recommend going to watch him die in God of War.
Yeah, that happened a lot. That happened a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Right out of the gate, hardest difficulty mode. But I did beat the Valkyrie Queen in the end, so y'all can all suck my dick. All right, so you know what happened the past 72 hours? Disney Star Wars Celebration in Japan.
Yeesh.
Yeah. I said it wasn't gonna go well. And in my personal opinion, as I'm going to lay this out, it didn't. Last week on the show, I laid out what it was going to look like, all the panels, all the things. It didn't look exciting. And here we are. We've gotten everything happening, and it didn't. So I'm going to try and go in chronological order. All my tabs are out of order here right now on my side panel. So let me see. Here we go. So it started with Mandalorian and Grogu. That's what it started with. That was their first big thing. They announced a bunch of shit inside that. So let's bring that up and we'll go through it. Right. So Mandalorian Grogu panel, everything revealed. We learned that Ahsoka season 2. We'll get to Ahsoka in a minute. It's going to start feeling. And we got the Ryan Gosling announcement of Starfighter. Simon Kinberg comes out. Now, Simon Kinberg just had success with Deadpool Wolverine. Good for him. Where they're starting production in the fall. Did I get that right?
Simon Kinberg? You're talking about Sean Levy?
Sean Levy, sorry.
Okay.
Simon Kinberg. No, Simon Kinberg, I'm sorry. He's on. No, I didn't get that wrong. He's on the list of things coming out, too. Okay, he's on this massive list. I meant Sean Levy. Thank you, Jed. I'm looking right. Sean Levy had good success with Deadpool Wolverine, and they made sure this was news a couple weeks ago, but now they brought him out. They brought Ryan Gosling out on stage for a Star Wars Starfighter that takes place after Rise of Skywalker. Their first real step to post-sequel trilogy territory. And let me ask you this right now. Okay, right. 1 second.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Just not based on the PS2 game of the
No,
same
not.
name?
We don't know. We know nothing. We know nothing. But they're,
that
they're
game was
clearly,
good, so no.
they're clearly harvesting more from this. Okay. So they announced Starfighter, Ryan Gosling. Listen, I like Ryan Gosling as much as the next guy. He's okay. But this doesn't move the needle. Anybody?
Who gives a shit about Star Wars in general?
Yeah.
Disney Star Wars. Disney
Star Wars is deader than dead. It's a waste of, like, I'm gonna tell you how dead this is, Adam. I didn't even know this happened 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You had to be watching for it like I was. Okay.
See, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Star Wars Celebration used to be a must-watch event every year or whatever. When announcements were being made about Star Wars, the world stopped and we all got together and watched to see what was happening. It's not that anymore.
No.
It's a waste.
It is.
Disney Star Wars is now, wait for it, everybody, a niche product.
And that's how niche it is. Star Wars Starfighter, a standalone project that is just going to take place in Disney Star Wars world. I don't know what. And here's the thing: a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't need lightsabers and Force." No, you don't. But you need it to be interesting. You need to be about characters you care about. And this means they're going to foster a brand new character with no buildup whatsoever. I doubt it's going to get traction. But now you say, Adam, wait a minute. They did announce some extra stuff because. Are you ready for Darth Maul Shadow Lord?
Fuck.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
yes.
No, you got to say the whole title.
Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord.
It's such a mouthful.
Now, this is taking place between the end of the Revenge of the Sith and Rebels.
Oh, give me a break.
And they're breaking out Darth Talon. They're going to use a bastardized version of Darth Talon, who appeared in the Legacy arc in the comics, which never made it to novelization, so it drops a bit on the tier. I was hoping they would do something different with that. I was never a complete fan of that. But
wait.
One Sith Empire. So, yeah.
Wait. Darth Talon, when I was a young man, I did unspeakable things to myself. To Darth Talon.
She's a tweet look.
Things that I cannot tell my son ever. Ever. She is the hottest character of all time. Period. There's not enough lotion or baby oil in the world that will satisfy what I need to do to Darth Talon. Okay? So they're going to put her in there.
Yeah.
And you know she's not going to be smoking hot like she is right there. You know darn well she's not.
No.
She's going to be looking like me in that joint. Okay? They're going to go and ruin her because they know I'm looking for her. And they know that I got Johnsons & Johnsons on my right side. And they know good and well that they want to ruin that. And how in the world are they even going to tie Darth Talon into a Darth Maul story?
Because George was going to make a version of her.
Dick now.
Oh, God.
But dude, that just opens the door of everything wrong of Maul even being alive. I mean, Frank brings it up here. Maul coming back in Clone Wars is one of the worst things ever. Jed, you can agree with me on that.
Yeah, I don't like it happening, especially with the whole spider legs thing and
so weird.
Getting the what were those people called? The Dathomirians involved in it, and
that's more bastardization right there.
I liked some of the writing with Maul and the interactions with his brother, and I like what they did with it in the end, but it wasn't worth disassembling the lore for that in such a contrived and weird way. And him getting off of Naboo and somehow getting to a trash planet and then merging with a spider's body. There are ways that you could make it work, I guess.
It should never have happened.
It should never have happened, absolutely.
This is Dave Filoni. And the point now, they're bringing back Sam Witwer to voice it. And, I don't turn down the check.
Wait, is Ray Park going to be involved here?
No, it's cartoon.
No, not at all.
It's animation. It's animation.
Look, if you want good extra Darth Maul content outside of the Phantom Menace, like Dark Horse put out a 4-issue miniseries called Darth Maul.
Ooh, that's a
back
good
in the
one.
day about him taking down, like, I think the Black Sun Corporation or whatever. And he's silent the entire time and just fucking murdering gangsters, and it's awesome.
Yep.
You know, go read that.
Is that set before Phantom Menace?
Yes, it is.
That sounds like what they should have adapted a Maul show into.
And there's another Maul book out there, pre-Phantom Menace too. I forget what it's called, but point is, it's another wedged in prequel stuff where you know that it's going to end in Rebels, where he has the 2-second duel with Obi-Wan on Tatooine, where he dies in Obi-Wan's arms. Rebels bullshit. So are you not? Are you excited for that? Are you excited for Mandalorian and Grogu next summer?
Why is that the title of the film?
Even the stands don't like that. Nobody likes this title.
It's the title because they want to hammer home the fact that it's Grogu and not baby fucking Yoda.
Yep.
That's what it is. They're just like, no, you're going to call him by this stupid fucking name we put together, you know, and you're going to like it. We're going to shove it down your fucking throat. Nobody calls him that. Nobody calls him that. Even on the fucking sets, they don't call him Grogu.
I call him Baby Yoda Grogu because it sounds funny when I say it like that. But here it is. So we're not going to show any clips or stills because I don't want to take a chance on getting hit. But basically, they showed a sizzle reel of Mando kicking ass in an AT-AT and then getting bitched at by Sigourney Weaver in a pilot suit.
Oh,
because she's hiring him. And then Baby Yoda Grogu doing stupid Grogu Baby Yoda shit. Oh, look, he wants to eat more things. Oh, look, he's using the Force.
Are they still using him as a cute prop? He
Yes.
ain't grown yet?
Yes.
No, he's never going to grow up. They will never have him grow up.
Jesus
And they'll
Christ.
just use the excuse, he's a baby for 50 years. Of course he's not going to be a
Let me see if
toddler
I have it
after
right
3
here.
years.
I think I had something right here. Hold on. I think I had something right here. It's just here it is, right here. Here you go. Yeah, because look right here. Here you go. Look at this. Here's Pedro in his panties.
Oh my God.
with John, not your friend Favreau, who literally said during this thing that Dave Filoni is his mentor.
Which is moronic, because Jon Favreau, he has made good movies in the past.
Yes.
Besides just Iron Man. He was legitimately a very talented creator. I don't know what he's been doing for the last 15 years, but
Huffing paint is what he's been doing.
So we get the double whammy here. One, you get to see Pedro in that really weird ass get up. And two,
what's wrong with that man?
A lot.
He's gay.
A lot.
I mean, we know that.
Then at the same time, though, this thing they think they can still market this little green bastard for all he's worth. That ship has sailed a long time ago. The only people who go this are girls who cannot help but go, "Oh, baby." They're the only.
They don't even care about watching it. They'll just get a toy of him and be like, "Oh yeah, he's cute." Watch a scissor reel on Twitter when it comes out.
I saw a paid shill stand who was clearly put out there go and buy and unbox on a video this particular doll and be so proud and happy to have it. And it was a dude. This is everything that is wrong with Disney Star Wars in one encapsulation right here. The fact that Pedro Pascal is a leading man, the fact that they pin all their hopes on this little green bastard, and the fact that Jon Favreau sold everybody out, sold out his career, sold out his integrity to make this shit. So there you go. So that's so you got Mandalorian and Grogu, and I'm going to say it right now. We don't know the budget yet. We don't know how it was filmed. We'll get into it. I am going to say, I've said it for us. I'll say it again. I got to keep repeating it. This thing tops out 550, 600.
I can't even argue against that.
There's going to be no enthusiasm for this.
Who's going to see this?
Season 3 was so poorly received.
Mm-hmm. It was so bad. But okay, let's just take. Okay, let's take the Target demo, and I use these terms very loosely. We're gonna take the kids' Target demo. All right. Are kids into the Mandalorian? No. I don't think so. I think that was more for our generation, callbacks, cool Western stuff, older dudes were into that. The girls were into Grogu, Baby Yoda, because he's cute. Women ain't buying tickets to go see the film. They're not doing that. I wouldn't. So the kids aren't involved. The women aren't involved. So all that's left is the adult male demographic, which has all walked away after the, quite frankly, the besmirchment in freaking the Boba Fett show, which killed all the momentum that Mandalorian season 2 had. And then Mandalorian season 3 was an abomination that only the good Lord can forgive people for putting together. Where's the money coming from?
I don't know. That's been my question the whole time. Who's actually going to go to see this shit in a year? They have to milk this for a year, and I'll come back around to this at the end of this discussion. There's not even going to be a celebration next year. They're pushing it off again to 2027.
Of course there isn't. They had one in Japan, right?
Just now, yeah. But so there's no celebration 2026. So there's no super amped up marketing camp. They pinned their entire marketing campaign on everything to pimp Andor. Next week.
Right. Isn't that next week?
It's in a couple days. Jesus Christ. They had the full force of this silly show, the silly celebration behind Andor and a couple other nearby release projects, and Revenge of the Sith re-release, that too. They brought out Hayden Christensen, and I give that man a pass. I give Hayden a pass because that's your character. Make your money, dude. We treated you more harshly than you deserved originally, myself included. And I have since come around. He's a good dude. He doesn't. He tons of shit. Treats the fans well, real fans and fake fans as well. So Aiden can do whatever he wants. He's coming back for Ahsoka season 2. They're bringing that. So unfortunately, they're gonna ruin Anakin some more. They bring back. They've got they. You can recast Balin's skull, but you can't recast T'Challa, can you? Oh man, Dave Filoni promises the Mortis gods are going to play a role.
I saw the leaked image or whatever from Celebration of the Mortis gods up on a statue, like
but they're dead.
Lord of the Rings.
But they're dead. And here's the thing, though, and they're going to try and do Abeloth. And anybody that actually knows Abeloth, she's not the mother. Abeloth is Force Chaos incarnate. And spoilers, I apologize for the spoilers now. The son and the daughter, that was the only time they worked together to reseal her every time she breaks free. But because Anakin killed the son, I believe Anakin did kill the son, right? Or was it?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And the son still killed the daughter.
The son killed the daughter, and Anakin eventually killed the son. Point is, the son and the daughter are dead. So that presented a very big problem in the Fate of the Jedi arc in the EU when Abeloth came sniffing around again, when she broke free of her prison. It was a problem.
Is Ahsoka gonna reseal her?
I don't know. But point is, they're going to bring Abeloth without understanding what she is, and a bunch of fake fans are going, oh, look, Abeloth, we called it. You MFers don't even know what Abeloth is. You don't. You don't know what who or what she represents. So they're going to do Mortis gods, even though they're dead. So they're going to do that. And then Dave Filoni, let's listen. Oh, wait. Well, I forgot. It's on Firefox, but got Dave Filoni talking about in his Dave Filoni voice, oh, we're going to have more Thrawn. Going to have Akbar and Thrawn are going to go at it, and they're going to be more Chopper. Aren't you lining up for more horrible astromech droid?
Everything from Rebels is a disaster.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Everything from Rebels is a disaster. A show that should never have been made, that nobody saw, that now has all the impact. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So they're connecting everything from Ahsoka, Mandalorian and Grogu, and probably the next Dave Filoni fake Heir to the Empire movie. They're all setting this shit up. And they talk about how Thrawn's going to be declaring war. He's the perfect thing. It's going to be this and that. And it's not Thrawn. It isn't. It's bastardization. So Ahsoka season 2 starts filming soon, and they got all this stuff surrounding. So that was the next big round of announcements. So are we excited yet?
So much. I
Are we
can't
excited
contain
yet?
it. My joy is boundless.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be bored talking about this next summer with you guys.
Yeah, right.
So during all this, I have to do this in the right order here. I want to do this. So during all this, then we got the usual bullshit. Here comes KK and Filoni out on stage to announce everything that's going to happen. Now, this is the only mention of Mangold's movie, Obey Chinoy with Ray movie, and Taika Waititi, and a trilogy by Simon Kinberg. This is the only mention these get the whole time. Remember, last Celebration was the big reveal of the Ray movie. It's been almost 3 years now. Nothing. Movie.
Not a whole lot of progress being made on that, and I'm noticing a surprising lack of Rian Johnson's trilogy. I'm very surprised that's not even mentioned here.
Yeah, they don't because mention. So they all these things mentioned. None of these. The only thing out of these that is actually moving is Levy's Starfighter, because he said we're going into production in the fall, and it probably will happen, but it's not going to move the needle. But all these other ones announced years ago, no movement, none whatsoever, But we got Starfighter taking place. So this is the state of going forward. Everything that people got the most excited about is shit that's trapped in the in-between of the Disney canon of Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. There's no originality here. It's all recycled bullshit. But then on top of it all, during all of this, when you want to have you want positivity going on, Jed, I hinted at this a little bit ago. In the middle of it all, because I guess it's time to rewrite history, Kelly Marie Tran comes out in the middle of all of this.
Oh, God.
I'm gay. I'm queer. And yes, I was bullied by fans. Suddenly, she rewrites the history because she needs attention.
No, you weren't, you lying bitch. The character was.
Yeah.
She had she has a new movie coming out, right? So yeah, she's marketing.
So.
This is all just marketing.
Yeah, it's so I mean, here's the thing. You look at it here. Never once did we say bad about Kelly Marie Tran. It was all about Rose Tico. But now when she says, I've been able to learn about how to celebrate the parts of myself that at the time, The Last Jedi, I was scared of, or I was made to feel like I had to be ashamed of. This past year, I did 4 movies. They were all Asian stories and with Asian writer-directors, and a few of those were also queer writer-directors.
Who cares?
I don't want to hide this part of myself. I'm celebrating in this beautiful piece of art. The entire experience of making the movie, blah, 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 blah. But, then, she has to come out and say, it's interesting how it seems to be happening pretty consistently to actors of color who find themselves in these spaces. And I think these occurrences are a microcosm of the social climate we're living in, talking about her experience with Star Wars fans where she got the racisms.
What is she talking about?
She's making shit up.
Rose Tico got the problems because she was a terribly written character and was a complete, actually that entire film made me want to hurt myself. But her in particular was a terrible character that didn't fit. Had nothing to do with the actress at all.
Yeah.
Look, I get it. You have no career. I understand that. I get it. Yeah. Nobody made money except dang it, what's the Egyptian guy that's always in everything?
What?
God dang it. Dameron, that guy.
Oh, Oscar Isaacs.
Oscar Isaac, thank you. He's the only one that actually got.
Adam Driver has a career. Adam Driver,
that's fine.
It's okay, yeah. But her character, I legitimately believe you could have cut her character out and had John Boyega be in a coma up until the final fight. Just have him be in a coma in the ship, not paying attention, not able to influence the plot. Wake up at the end, and the movie's exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
zero difference whatsoever.
Yep.
Just have him wake up at the end.
Yep. So she comes out and says this, and all I say is now you've made yourself the story. It wasn't about you before, but now it's about you. because now you got to say you're queer and you got to rewrite your own history, which you said in the beginning. I'd left social media because I couldn't handle the fame, not because I was bullied by racist Star Wars fans. And you know,
she
and
wasn't. Nobody gave a
she
shit
wasn't.
that she was Asian. They gave a shit that Rose Tico was a boring, annoying fucking Jar Jar knockoff.
In a potato sack. We have a distinct difference of reality versus fiction. And of course, all the stands and all the shows are going, oh my God, look, yes, see the negativity there. I don't think, do I have him there? Collider comes out backing her story. All the usual shills saying, see, racist Star Wars fans. They're what's wrong with everything. No, you're what's wrong with everything. And now Kelly Marie Tran, you are now included in the conversation because you've made this about you and and creating things that never happened. And Boyega jumped in on this too, by the way. He jumped headfirst in.
That dumb black beaver needs to just be quiet, bro. Jesus Christ, we get it. You have no career. You suck. Ryan Johnson destroyed you. All these things are correct. Do not blame the fans because you hitched yourself to the wrong horse. It happens. It happens. The fans are racist. Sir, we haven't seen you in 8 years. We don't know what the heck you're talking about. What are you talking about? I hate that stupid card. I hate I get the Asians are now jumping on board with it, but black folks been doing it forever. Like when things aren't going right in their career or things not happening the right way, it's the racist fans. No, your character was butchered. You should be yelling and screaming at your director and or writer that ruined your career.
And your agent.
Oh, definitely fire them. Fire them immediately.
Yeah.
It's just annoying to just see like, bro, we haven't seen you in years, and you just come out of nowhere. The racist fans, like, come on, man, stop.
You helped kill Pacific Rim as a franchise.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And they just announced a Pacific Rim TV show, and I was like, ooh, okay. But then guess what? It's a prequel.
Because of course it is.
Yeah. Who cares?
Wouldn't it be?
Who cares?
And is Del Toro involved? Probably not involved.
Probably not. No. Guillermo's got better shit to do. So there you go. So that was they announced a dumb video game based during the Clone War. It's called Squadron Zero. It's a tactical strategy game in a 3D model. It looks generic as fuck.
Oh, don't say tactical strategy and get me a mild chub and then take that away from me, Adam. How dare you?
You're just a bunch of nobodies during the Clone Wars doing shit. That's all it is. I'm not even bringing up waste our time with it because everything was a setup for the last part of Disney Celebration was to tell you Andor Season 2 is coming. In just a couple of days, the greatest, peakest Star Wars show ever is coming your way. So what do you think? And this is just a handful that I found when I was collecting material while I was scrolling Twitter. The conversation. Here we go. I have seen, and they all say the same thing. I have seen all of Andor Season 2. And this is not just the best Star Wars show, but the best Star Wars TV show I've seen all year. There hasn't been any Star Wars on TV this year. Last year was Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, nobody watched that, Adam.
Is it possible they just dyslexic that?
I don't know. They're writing off a cue card is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Utterly riveting, emotionally devastating storytelling. It makes not only Rogue One, but even Rebels better. Dre, you just said nothing can make Rebels better.
That is, see, like the idea of trying to retroactively correct garbage shows, because it is garbage. Rebels is garbage.
Yes.
Undisputedly so. Yes. It doesn't make anything better. It's just bringing out the fact that it was already trash.
Yeah.
It's it.
All right, so then we have here. Andor Season 2 is a masterfully crafted thriller that is tense, intimate, and unflinching and real. Diego Luna, Genevieve O'Reilly, and Adria Arjona are phenomenal. No lightsabers, just raw stakes. Yeah, I gotta remind you. See, only chud nerds need lightsabers in the Force. We're real fans. We like it gritty and in the dirt. This is the rebellion at its strongest. Thank you, Tony Gilroy. It's a Star Wars fan's dream.
Well, this is the rebellion at its strongest. I'm not, an EU guy, but from what I understand of Star Wars, they weren't doing so hot in the lead up to New Hope.
There was no rebellion yet.
It was the victory at the Death Star that made the rebellion something strong.
Up to this point, the rebellion were several unconnected cells trying to do shit. They had no real fleet. They had nothing. The move against the Death Star was the first truly organized thing they had done. Everything else was kind of piecemeal and espionage based.
Honestly, their strongest point was during Return of the Jedi, when they were organized and they were coherent.
They were very
and then after they destroyed the second Death Star, they stopped being a rebellion and they became the provisional government of the New Republic.
Mm-hmm. And even then, they barely held it together. Spit and bubblegum held that shit together. And the whole thing about coming together for the Battle of Endor, there was a trap by Palpatine too. He let it happen because he got overconfident. But point is, they don't know what they're talking about with this stuff. So we keep going. Andor Season 2 is I know
that's wrong.
It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Not just the best. Wow, didn't we just hear a second ago? It's not just the best Star Wars show. Not just the best Star Wars show, but one of the best series in years. Oh, so they're using the same terminology.
It's very close, yeah.
Yeah. Emotional, intense, ambitious, deep. Wait a minute. It just said tense, intimate, unphysically real. So they're using different words, but it's the same beats for all these things. Emotional, tense, intense, ambitious, deep, and intelligent. A powerful look at how a dictatorship works. One of the story arcs is a 10 out of 10. Jed, I know you love it. I think it's something 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite thing. I love anything being called a 10 out of 10. That just warms my heart.
A breathtaking show of the Empire's cruelty. Characters that don't exist anywhere doing shit to planets we've never heard of. I don't care. It's not Star Wars. None of this.
And it's a prequel. I hate prequels, especially when the prequel is about existing characters. Like if you go so far disconnected, you can be fine with the prequel. But we know where this guy ends. We know how his story ends. We know the character that he's end up being, which is the same fucking character from what I understand. It's not like he goes through a massive arc.
No.
I just couldn't care less. Like this could legitimately be the best thing ever written. Like let's say hypothetically that these people are telling the truth and it's incredible. I just couldn't care about Juan Solo. I couldn't care about Star Wars right now. I couldn't care about any of this, really.
And I'm going to ask you that question again in a minute because we got one more of these that I collected. Andor Season 2 is phenomenal. Andor is the best franchise television show since Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Samuel, I had not intended you to be on the show today, but I'm so glad you're here for that statement.
I hate you so much right now. Yeah, this tweeter can go fuck themselves as hard as possible in the ear with the length of corn on the cob or some shit like that. I don't give a fuck what they stick in there. Just stick something in there so far that it scrambles the goddamn brains up and ends this shit.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
you gotta do it to me too, so I don't ever have to hear it again. You know?
Oh my!
I saw this like, man, I don't have any other major super Trekkies today, but then here you are for that statement. I'm so glad you're here for this. It's easily one of the 3 best Star Wars things ever. That is so factually completely wrong, because that means you have to say that all the greatest video games that were made are not as good as this. That means you have to say all the greatest comics,
board games,
everything. I mean, the OT stands at the top because it is the OT. And then you could number your 2 and 3 differently, but there are so many games, so many books, so many comics, so many everything out there that is going to be better than a total of, I guess, 24 episodes of schlock made by Tony Gilroy and Disney Star Wars. So ridiculous. The second season is thoughtful, methodical, ambitious, literate. Jed, does that even make sense?
No.
I was going to ask him the same question.
Are they like reading the subtitles maybe?
I don't know. I mean, you could call me literate. But you can't call a show literate. It's a show. It's not a living, breathing creature that's going to read something. It needs to learn to read.
So that's actually a political statement.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That is
Inform
a
me.
political statement, just like in the last one that shot about, it's going to show us how a dictator works. We're looking at Grand Moff Orange Man. That's going to be the focus of this fucking show, and they just told you right there with the word literate.
Krennic. So they're going to make that Krennic. They're going to make him all that. Okay.
Oh, of course they will.
Okay.
I was leaning towards they were talking about
packaged up in Star Wars, quote unquote.
I thought it was leaning towards the whole like, oh, you don't have media literacy if you don't understand why this crap is the greatest thing ever. Like that's a constant thing that we're told is, oh, you don't have media literacy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you, Sam. I didn't know that, so thank you for informing me on that. That's what that means.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my toes are dipped on the other side of the internet where that's all over the place. So
okay. All right. So I learned something today. This is cool. I learned something. Now I know what that phrase means when I see it in this kind of schlock bullshit. All right. So that's saying it's political, which and you heard the quote. I'm sure you guys heard the quote from Diego Luna when he was on Jimmy Kimmel last week. You heard this one?
Mm-hmm.
When okay. So he's on Kimmel and it's promotional for this shit. And he says, "Does anybody have the Force in this show?" And Diego Luna says, "Well, everybody can have the Force if you voted the right way."
Oh, give me a break.
That's essentially what he said. Depending on how you voted.
What?
I mean,
this goes back to a couple weeks ago when we did the discussion on Mellow Mondays. Is Star Wars political? Real Star Wars is politically themed. Disney Star Wars is political.
That's correct.
They actively stup this shit in there. They actively do it because that's what their brains are wired to make agenda-driven crap.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's why they use the term literate, because they know that the people they want to understand that are absolutely going to understand that, and the rest of us are going to be like, "Why did they use that word?" It's a shout out to their cronies. Like, look, as we've discussed many times, in-universe politics are fine. Sometimes that's what drives a story forward. When you use real world shit, that's a whole other thing. You're not telling a story at that point. You're just fucking preaching from a soapbox and nobody wants to listen or stand near.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So there it is. They spent these last couple of days pushing Andor, and of course the fake fan reaction has been all about, oh yes, it's going to be so great. And now I ask you this, Jed, you started to it. Do you think this rates over the next 4 weeks? Because 3 episodes drop every week. Do you think? Because they say it's because each episode is a year leading up to Rogue One, and they're their own arcs and little movies. Mm-hmm. I think they're doing it just to get this shit out as quickly as possible.
Well, that might get it into the ratings.
Yeah,
doing that many. Yeah, so with that knowledge, I think it would get into the ratings. But season 1 didn't do well in the ratings. It didn't do well at all. And yeah, there's a vocal fan base for it, but I wouldn't say that there is a big fan base for it. So I don't think Andor is going to do very well overall. It's going to be talked about positively, even by some people in our sphere, I'm guessing. But it'll be at the bottom of the Nielsen's if it shows up, and only because it's releasing multiple episodes a week, in my opinion.
And it's this thing we talked about when I mentioned Wheel of Time. It's going to show up in the Nielsen's because it's logged previous seasons. It's got the previous season. So people will be rewatching the bullshit. And the question is, will it show up on Samba? And that's what I'm going to be curious about. And at the same time, I mean, it's the buzz for this is fake because it's a dead-end story. They were supposed to get 5 seasons, and they shrunk it to 2. So it's essentially canceled, which is one of the reasons I'm not giving it the time of day. There's no point. It's a hassle I don't want to deal with. And I will say this, and because I said this last week too, or a couple weeks ago, it will likely be the best produced Disney Star Wars show because they had practical sets. They took the time to make it look good, but I still think the writing is shit and the whole premise is shit. So, I mean, does anybody? I don't think. I agree with Jed. If it does hit Nielsen's, it's bottom 5 for all 4 weeks. I don't think there's any sort of growth because I don't think anybody's lining up to go watch Rogue One after they watch this. I don't think so.
I didn't bother with Andor the first go around. I only watch Star Wars if I think it's going to be Velma levels of cringe now.
Yeah, well,
I didn't watch Andor because I saw Rogue One. Andor's fucking dead.
That's the point too. I watched it because I was just trying to do tracks, and of course I didn't finish it because that was that 3-week period where my computer ate itself, and I needed some boards replaced in it. But this thing is, I don't think it's DOA, but it's gonna get it's a very vocal minority, and the majority will not tune into this. I don't think. But so that was how it ended. But the last point here, last thing I want to bring up is here we have this right here, and it's only because it was the best shot I could get, not because of who's in it. But it is, of course, they brought out Manny Jacinto. They rolled him out of nowhere there so that people could pretend the Acolyte was a thing, and they had him put the helmet on. But now watch the crowd here. I mentioned this, just watch the crowd. Watch the venue. It's a pretty good shot in a second. To me, this is not a large venue. It's a small venue with a lot of people packed in there. I mean,
why is he here?
Well, that's a question. It's bullshit.
Didn't that show get canceled?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And then now, of course, this sparked the redo the Acolyte bullshit all over again. But this is the room where essentially they had all the panels. This isn't the stage where they came out and talked about shit. This is a panel thing. This is a small venue. Everybody here, in my opinion, and I mentioned earlier, they were bussed in. Majority bussed in. Because we've all played with the idea of taking a trip to Japan at one point. That's an expensive trip. That's an expensive trip. No way. Thousands of people went here on their own dime for 3 days to a week. I don't see it. So much so that next time around, they're now going to try it different because it's coming to LA in 2027. Yeah.
Is it skipping a year or does it often?
Skipping a year again.
Does that happen very often?
This was the first time. Last year was the first time they skipped a year.
Not a great sign.
Not a good. I mentioned earlier. So you're not going to have Celebration around the time you'd be trying to get everybody geared up for Mandalorian and Grogu, or geared up for actual release of Ahsoka season 2.
You're going to make your big announcement on April Fool's Day.
That's the thing. I noticed that too. Well put, Static. Yeah, that's this is.
Even Trump knew to not put tariffs on April 1st. I mean.
This just doesn't make sense to me. You've got, I guess they're banking on the Sean Levy movie Starfighter in 2027, or because I think it has a 2027 release. It's not coming out with Mando Grogu because it's going to take them a whole year to get that shit done. What's going on here? Because there's no more High Republic. That's done. You've got no video games coming out now. I don't get this. I don't get this. I mean, you'll probably get more people because it's LA and it's a continental trip for America. But this just reeks of dead and disinterest to me. It just does. So there it is. Disney Star Wars Celebration. Is there anything that I talked about in this presentation to you that sounds like it's going to save Disney Star Wars and re-energize it? Anything?
When's the last time anything what's the percentage of these celebration announcements actually hitting any screen size?
TV shows are about the only things that actually hit.
And not all of them. There's still...
Yeah, the Lando didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah. Oh, they did announce some other shit. They announced more Visions. They announced another They announced in this vein of
did you see that clip about Visions, the new lightsaber? Because you have to do crazy
with the spinning and the I saw that. Yeah.
You don't need to mess with lightsabers and come up with weird shit for it. The helicopter's weird. The umbrella's weird.
Yeah. That's just anime shit, and you're trying to appeal to the weebs, and the weebs didn't catch on the first 2 times. They're not going to come around a third time. No one cares about Underworld. No one cares about any of these extra series that are just lame attempts. No, I mean Underworld. Do you care about Asajj Ventress and what she did when she was supposed to be dead?
They did books on that already. There's already EU on Asajj Ventress. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Like these people are just like, it's not even disappointing anymore. It's like, why are you still trying? It's like, why are you taking up airspace?
But let me ask you this though: in everything I presented to you today, did you hear even an ounce of actual George Lucas Star Wars in any of this?
None. Zero. Less than zero.
All of this is being done to erase George Lucas Star Wars.
Which is still embarrassing because it's still failing. That's the part. If they were knocking it out of the park, let's just say something extreme for the sake of simplicity.
Okay.
Let's say the MCU at its highest power. MCU at its highest power was, fantastic. Now, if they were creating stuff in the MCU to try to make you forget about OG Marvel comics, there's an argument to be made like, hey, maybe these stories are better. This has been 10 plus consecutive years of failure.
Mm-hmm.
Consecutive failure. Under what circumstance would I, as a fan of real Star Wars, want to be like, you know what? This Disney Star Wars is going to be my new canon. You've given me nothing. You can't erase the past if the present is horrid. It's not how that works. You erase the past when things are good. Y'all been bad for a decade straight.
Exactly.
Only a decade?
13 years. 13 years.
So it's just like bro, just it's pathetic now. It was like it used to be, man, how dare they besmirch Star Wars? Oh man, how dare they try to take something that George Lucas made and blah blah and ruin it. Now it's like, why are you still trying? Like the level of pathetic that's being slapped onto this is getting really, really sad. It's pathetic.
Let's go back a second to the announcement of Celebration 2027. That's 50-year anniversary.
That is 50 years.
It's 50 years. And here's how retarded they are. They're celebrating the beginning of April. The 50th anniversary should be celebrated on May 25th.
Yep. That makes sense.
How retarded are you? That you don't realize that it just do it there. I don't care what day. I don't care if it's not a weekend. Do it there.
That should have the stands up in arms too.
Yeah. So they do not understand the proper marketing to get people interested. So this Disney Star Wars is a disaster. It's not getting any better because, like Drake just said, they haven't improved on anything. They've only made it worse. And any stand that says we're eating so well, no, you're eating Soylent Green is what you're eating.
Oh boy!
All right,
and Soylent Green is people.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for just
great job
for just saying the joke. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is for the Deep Space Nine thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Point is, it's done. It's a disaster. It's not going to get any better. But I'm still going to cover it all, except for Andor. Y'all haven't made it worth my while. It's not. I'm not bothering. Nobody has enticed me to do this next week. Nobody. All right. So I'm not. Maybe at the very end, if y'all make me feel like it'll be worth it. Maybe right now, no, I'm not bothering. I got Doctor Who to cry over this week. Okay, so we're doing that instead. Anyway, all that being said, one last thing here. Yes, Jay Frazier, we have heard about this. Cavill's Highlander is going to be Amazon MGM. It's like a 50-50 thing. I like Stileski. He's a good director. He knows how to do action and choreography. We like that Cavill usually commits very well to the movies, but it is Amazon. So we have that one.
No Salky, though.
No Salky. But she was studios, not MGM. So it's
she wouldn't likely be involved, but she might have influence if she's still been there. Yeah, if she's been there.
Let's be honest about the Highlander franchise, though.
Oh, it's fucked.
Right? Beyond the first movie and the majority of the television series with Adrian Paul, everything that's come out under that franchise has sucked ass.
Yes, I've made that clear. I mean, Jed and I were talking about this the other day. Highlander is not a healthy franchise. It's a very dysfunctional franchise. So it's not like we're expecting. They can't do any worse than the source. That movie.
No. I'm just saying that they may be cursed because they're making a movie under that franchise. It might not have anything to do with woke. It might not have anything to do with politics. It's probably just gonna suck because its name is Highlander.
Yeah. So I'm not expecting great things because great things are not generally done in the franchise. I like the original movie and I like the TV show, and that's about it. Everything else either was god awful or silly or dumb, and I usually watched it, but I didn't really love it. I never watched it again. Point is, so yes, I have heard that. That's a wait and see. But I want Cavill to succeed. That's the problem. I want him to get a win. Just give the man a win.
He's earned it, man. After what was it, Mission Impossible Fallout? How many wins has he gotten?
None. Witcher.
That wasn't a win.
I know.
If the man wants to win. He needs a new agent.
Well, yeah, fire the Rock's ex-wife.
Uh-huh.
And just just go do your 40K thing, and kick it right over. All right. Other than that, we're done. We're done. We're finished. Let's go around the horn, say goodbyes, and get on with our day. Jed, what you got?
Well, you can all find me on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar. We got some very exciting stuff coming tomorrow. It's going to be the greatest thing to talk about. We're so thrilled to talk about Doctor Who tomorrow night, but Adam will get more into that. And then, of course, Saturday Night Drive-In as well this Saturday, which Adam will get into as well if we make it through. There's so much bad Doctor Who coming. I don't know how many more days I have left in me.
We'll use Dermy as a meat shield. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Static.
Yeah, come check out my channel, Static 2020. Monday night, we've got the Monday Night Bloodbath where we will be going over COVID.gov in great detail because that's kind of awesome. And maybe we'll get some people arrested or something. I'll be surprised, but I'll keep my fingers crossed. And then Thursday, we've got the weekend pregame because we took last week off. We're going to use this week to talk about bimbos in space.
Can we put them back in space? Can we?
We should just leave them there, yeah.
Yeah. But were they in space?
I would say if they ever made it there, maybe we should send them back.
Were they actually in space, though? I mean, that's kind of the question. Did they actually?
Yeah, that's what I've got to look into. There's a lot of people talking about it. What was that?
It depends on the elevation, like how high specifically they went. Because at a certain point, yeah, you are technically in space, even if you still have a little bit of atmosphere left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might have just been the free fall that the video was. Yeah.
I don't think they were at apogee.
Yeah. Anyway, so all right, check it out, Dre.
Yeah. I don't forget what I was gonna say.
I killed your brain with Star Wars.
Yeah, literally, my brain just went freaking reset mode. But check out my channel, Brutal Playing Comics on YouTube. I'm about to start making content again. Hooray for me. So that should be good and fun. Also follow me on X Twitter at TheBrood00. And one thing I have forgot to mention because I've been gone a while, Jed, congratulations, brother, on your nuptials.
Thank you.
I could not be happier for you. Welcome to the war.
That's what I said.
But I can follow me there. Do all those great YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and share.
All right, Sam.
All right, so next thing up is on your channel again tomorrow, Mellow Mondays. So I'll be here for that. We've got Abyssal Musings on Friday on my channel, Samuel the Infamous. Beelzepub immediately after that on Devil's channel, Beelzehub. Saturday is going to be interesting. Screaming Into the Void will be back with episode number 141, and we will actually have to get into the things that I planned to get into this last week before we just decided to go on this whole most offensive show I've ever done tirade. So we will actually be getting into the stuff about the synthetic lab grown flesh covering like robot dogs thing, and then the brain organoids grown from the dead blood of a dead composer forced to compose new music.
I heard about that.
Now,
I heard about
that. Those are the topics for this weekend, and we are going to get to them this week. I promise.
All right. As for me, rest of the night, I want to stream, but I don't probably have time between doing regular stuff and going to do another episode of Wormhole Watch over on Bradley Burnett's Duke Devil's channel, where we sit down and watch an episode of DS9 every week. We're almost done with season 1. getting through some of the bad stuff towards the better stuff either way. So he usually edits those and puts them up on his channel around Wednesday night. So check out that. Tomorrow is busy. We've got the return of Doctor Who Cares reviews, or myself, Jed, and Dermy. We will gnash our teeth and basically point and laugh at this point at Disney. Well, it is Disney. It is Disney. It's Disney Doctor Who. It is Disney Doctor Who. We'll do a brief recap of last week's episode, but then get into Lux. And if you haven't watched my review, it is up on my channel. Enjoy. And yes, I know I did get it wrong. He did cry. After that, as Samuel said, it'll be Mellow Mondays. Right after it, we're literally going to be back to back. So stay tuned for that one as well, where we're just trying. I'm going to have to try and decompress and hopefully do some good old-fashioned nerding out of that. Rest of the week, it'll be Catch as Catch Can, gaming streams, whatever the news is, all kinds of stuff. Basically, Friday, I will be back on Ballbusters as we're back to normal, and I'll be asking questions about prostitutes. I'll be asking many questions about prostitutes and what happened there. Even though I've seen the story, I still must get more answers.
You must ask if it was a ladyboy, because I think it might have been.
It was a woman. I saw her up close.
Now, as Samuel can attest, the one that Devil sent us videos of last week on Monday, that might have been a man.
So my brother said that was a woman as well.
He checked the plumbing.
Did he check?
How drunk was he at the time?
That's a fair question. I don't know.
So
I was not there.
So tomorrow night,
you guys.
Tomorrow night, we're going to ask Devil to explain himself because he said he found his new wife with that one. So we're going to have to ask Devil those questions. But I will be back on Ballbusters end of the week. And as Jed mentioned, we are back with Drive-In. Jed, what we got?
Well, this week after a great honeymoon in Scotland, I decided to watch a Scottish movie. And for some bizarre reason, I decided to choose the most historically inaccurate Scottish movie that I'm aware of. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. We're going to be talking the Mel Gibson classic Braveheart.
Freedom! Yes, we will be talking Braveheart. I haven't seen that in at least 20 years. Maybe a little more. So it's been a long time.
Your mother's been telling stories about me again.
So
I've actually been to some of the places where those events took place, so might be able to point them out.
All right. Did you get a dagger of Robert the Bruce? You could claim that you're a descendant, because I know that's a thing for Scottish people. Everybody's got a dagger that says there. I had a friend who was of Scottish descent, and he said to me, "Yeah, it's a thing. Everybody's got a dagger that says they're related to Robert the Bruce." So everybody's got one.
I should see if I'm related to Robert the Bruce. I might be able to dig something up.
Anyway, so we're watching Braveheart, and then I'm sure there'll be some retarded shit we're doing on Saturday. And then we'll be right back. Oh, and then Saturday, of course, next Saturday, because it's Saturday, I forget, I'll be reviewing Shooty Who Season 2, Episode 3, whatever garbage that's going to be. But then we'll be right back here next Sunday for another roundtable. I have no idea what the week holds, but as we see, the internet usually does provide. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Static and Sam, for joining us today. Thank you, chat. We love you. We appreciate you. Without you, we don't get to do this stuff. Let me do one last check of stream elements. Okay, nothing there. All right, so we are good to go. Thank you, everybody. Catch you on the flip side. All links are in the description below. We'll see you next week. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.